Welcome along to Wentworth Park. It is a simply stunning spring evening here in the centre of Sydney. It will be a fabulous Friday here at Wentworth Park. We have 8 semi-finals of the TAB $1 Million Chase, the second renewal of the TAB $1 Million Chase for 2022. We also have 3 heats of the Group 2 Sydney Cup over the 720 metres for the stayers. My co-host, as always, Timmy the Battler Newbold. What a glorious night. I tell you what, if this track is fast, they will be absolutely sizzling tonight.
Yeah, beautiful evening here in Sydney Town, Duke. We're down to the cutthroat end of the series. You win and you're through to the $1 Million Chase next Saturday night. If you lose, well, you could go, if you run second, you might go around in the well, you will go around in the consolation. But if you don't, you'll be looking for races elsewhere. So it's down to the real business end of the series.
I wonder how the nerves are. I know we're still 8 nights away from final night, but it's that trepidation of the, for the past, 5 days since the box draws come out. These owners and trainers, surely they have to think, boy, if I win on Friday night, I've then got a shot at $1 million. I don't know what it would be like.
All I know, if I had a Greyhound and I got through tonight, I would have a number of sleepless nights leading into next Saturday night. Wouldn't it be just fantastic to be just sitting, wake up every morning, you'd be bouncing out of bed every morning. Don't worry about that.
Let's take a look at tonight's schedule here. As I said, 3 heats of the Group 2 Sydney Cup. They kick off the program races 1, 2 and 3 over the 720 metres. Race 1 due at 6:57 p.m. The first of our TAB $1 Million Chase semi-finals is race 4 on the card, and that goes at 7:57. The Last Chance Saloon is race 11. That semi-final 8, that is due at 10:17 p.m. Now, of course, don't forget, next Saturday night here at Wentworth Park, one Greyhound will win $1 million, but Timmy, one lucky patron will also get a chance to win $1 million in the Greyhound race in New South Wales $1 million giveaway. Crazy
if you don't get here next Saturday night for this chance. As you just mentioned, one Greyhound and its owners will take away $1 million, but one lucky patron goes into the draw. And the crowd was pumped up here back in May when that particular young woman was out on the track looking to win the $1 million. I think she walked away with 10 large in the end, so she had a fantastic night, but it'd be a great thrill to have that chance.
Yep, that is next Saturday evening, September the 24th, here at Wentworth Park for $1 Million Chase night, and of course, $1 Million giveaway. Now tonight, race 8 on the card. Probably the race that holds the most interest as far as Greyhound racing fans and spectators and punters alike are concerned. She's a Pearl, who won the $1 Million Chase here in May earlier this year. If she wins tonight, Battler, she eclipses Fanta Bale's all-time prize money record.
Would be a remarkable feat, of course. 2 of the races which she has won, the $1 Million Chase, $1 million to the winner in the Golden Easter egg, 250 grand, so 1.25 million in just 2 races, Duke, and it would be a mighty feat. The Greyhounds behind her, if she does break that record, as you just mentioned, Fanta Bale, Fernando Bale, Dinah Double One. You could go through out-and-out superstars of the industry, Duke, but yeah, it'll be one heck of a night if she is able to break it tonight.
The Dogs odds there has her at 157. I can tell you that some bookmakers are betting around the $1.85, $1.90 mark for She's a Pearl. And as we were just commenting off air, it's an unbelievable price for a Greyhound who's only been beaten once here in the last, 13 or 14 starts. And we all know the path that she's had to tread to get here tonight, but I spoke to Andy Lloyd earlier this afternoon. He believes she's 90% right tonight.
If she's 90% right, the $1.85, $1.90 around the traps is a great price, Duke. As you just mentioned, she's got an amazing record here. It was a gritty, determined win last Saturday night to make it through to tonight. I like her. She's drawn wide out where she does want to be, in my opinion, and she's back to the scene of her greatest triumphs here at Wentworth Park.
Yep, Group 1 Golden Easter egg, and of course the TAB $1 Million Chase in May earlier this year. Not forgetting the stayers, Timmy. We've got 3 heats tonight. Not only when I say the stayers, but we've got both of the recent national distance and national sprint champions going around tonight. Super Estrella will strut her stuff in race number 3, the 3rd of the Sydney Cup heats. And of course, Good Odds Cash, who took out the Group 1 national sprint final here. So it sort of typifies the quality of animal that we've got racing here tonight.
Absolutely. In Super Estrella, she's really come of age in the last few months for David Smith. Broke the track record, long-standing track record here, 41.21. Quite a remarkable performance, taking a little over 2 lengths off Tornado Tears previous record. So she's in peak form. Dave's done a great job. She's done a little bit of travelling in the last few months, up to Brisbane a few times and back, but she's racing at the peak of her powers at the moment.
She's had 2 weeks off, and it must be noted that the night she broke the record, it wasn't a night like this. This is a very still night. This is the night that greyhounds run fast times. There's a little tiny touch of humidity in the air. The track's fast. We've had good drying weather here in Sydney this afternoon and also this morning. I expect these greyhounds to really roar around this track tonight.
And the track does look in great order. Down trackside earlier, Duke, as you mentioned, yeah, barely a breath of wind here tonight, so they should be running quick times. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a 29.3, 29.3, 29.4 best of the night tonight.
Yeah, of course, we got 3 of the heats of the Group 2 Sydney Cup. First and second and the 2 fastest thirds will progress through to Saturday week's final. It's worth $100,000 to the winner. It is cutthroat, as Timmy said, in the $1 Million Chase semi-finals. Only the winners progress through to Saturday week, and later tonight we'll have both of the box draws for those feature races being conducted. All right, let's take a look. Greyhounds are in the preview area for race number 1 here at Wentworth Park. This is heat 1 of the Group 2 Sydney Cup over the 720 metres. OO range from out wide, Timmy, at $2.80. It's been well supported. $3.60 about Corborn Magic, $4.80 the Victorian Draco Bale, $6.50 Stagger Out Lead, first pick at $6. But you'd think the pace is going to come from greyhounds in boxes 7 and 6.
Yeah, for sure. Duke OO range, he's a front-running stayer. He should charge over. First pick's got a good turn of speed, and Stagger Out Lee from that inside alley. Wouldn't be surprised to see her punch up and settle right behind the leaders through the first turn. And Draco Bale generally pushes forward in the early stages as well, so it should be a tight battle for the lead in the first 100 to 120 metres, Duke.
All right, we've got a late scratching in race 1 here at Wentworth Park. I believe it is number 4, Boom Lateral. If someone could just confirm that for me through the ears. I've just got a message that's come up. Yeah, race 1 at Wentworth Park, number 4. Okay, so race 1, number 4, Boom Lateral is scratched out of the first event here, the first of the heats. It probably doesn't affect the speed map that much, Timmy, because as said, you know, you're expecting pace from Corborn Magic and OO range.
Yeah, I don't think he would have been vying for the lead in the early stages, Duke. I think the speed is going to come from those two greyhounds wide out and Stagger Out Lee from the inside, and Draco Bale, who we just mentioned a few moments ago. So, yeah, he was an interesting runner, Boom Lateral, because if he did turn up in best form, he'd be certainly competitive in this opening heat of the Sydney Cup.
All right, here is the speed map, and again, as we've just been mentioning, OO range, Corborn Magic, Draco Bale first picked, and as you said, off the inside, Stagger Out Lee can show pace from occasion, particularly from inside draws, Tim.
Absolutely, and gee, hasn't she got a great record around here? 6 runs, hasn't missed a drum in all 6 runs. Stagger Out Lee is getting up, you know, in elite company now, but from that inside alley, she ought to punch up, and she's been in the money in, what, 5 of her 9 runs from box number 1.
Yeah, 3-time winner when wearing the red rug, and again, you know, I know I'm a big fan of greyhounds with winning form out of boxes, and I know you probably have a little bit of a different look at it depending on the race, but over the 700, again, with a dog like Stagger Out Lee, you just think she's going to get that nice run into the first turn with Draco Bale showing pace on her outside.
Yeah, totally agree, Duke. 41.93 her PB here. That was when she did finish third behind Super Estrella. That was back in the New South Wales distance final back in early August. If she can run that time or just a couple of tenths quicker, she will be in the money here. She will need to run a PB, though, to finish in the top 3 for mine, Duke.
Yep, 3-time winner off the red box, number 1, Stagger Out Lee. Coming off a last start second, they took her down to the Meadows, owned by Paul Strutt, trained by Jack at Springvale, I should say, has been in and out of New South Wales and Victoria as well. Okay, so Greyhounds will be heading straight to the 720 metre boxes here for race number 1 on the card. We're only about 90 seconds out. Let's take a look at number 2, Draco Bale, a well-performed chaser, $136,000 in prize money, a 12-time winner, having his first start here at Wenty over the 700.
He did make the Ladbroke 715 at the Gardens back in June, so he's certainly got the quality to take out a heat of a Sydney Cup from box number 2. He's got a good record. He's been in the money in 6 of his 7 runs, and he should push forward in the early stages. He's a major player, Duke.
Okay, number 3, the wide is Zipping Virginia for John Finn, Marty and Fiona Hallinan, and Zipping Virginia. Last start 4th at Richmond behind Trunky Bill, who goes around in heat number 2 of the Sydney Cup tonight. It's a 3-time winner here, facing a really tough task, but
yeah, it does need to improve on recent runs. She hasn't won since March, or April I should say. That was at Cannington in Perth, behind defeating Bedrock Fred on that occasion. Look, she does need to lift on recent runs.
Okay, we're 27 seconds off start time. We will be running late because the tractor's still on the track. The stewards are, I can currently see Paul Van Gestel and also Dean Deegan. They're on the track at the moment. And as I say, the tractor is still on there. So there will be a delay here to race number 1 at Wentworth Park. We haven't been given any official notification as to why. But as I said, the 2 chief stewards for tonight's meeting are on there, as well as the tractor. And the Greyhounds are still in the preview area. So we're just waiting to see if we get any notification as to... Okay, so we're just checking, but we believe there may be a problem with the lure cable. We're just waiting to get official confirmation of that. So, as I said, we're in a holding pattern here at Wentworth Park for race number 1 on the card. There could be a trouble with the lure, with the cable of the lure. Dean Deegan is headed back towards the kennels. Okay, so I've been told it's not actually the lure cable, but there's a cord on the device that holds the lure. The lure's travelling down the home straight at the moment, and it seems to be all fine, but there was a cord, an errant cord, which we can see there, I think, in the middle. And there it is. We can see it flapping around, so they'll do some running repairs to that. There on the outside there, Timmy. So that's necessitated a delay. The tractor's gone off the track, so hopefully we won't be too long away. All right, let's head along to number 5, which is My Margarita. 4, Boom Lateral is a scratching. Number 5, My Margarita for Alan Manwaring. Had a stewards trial at Nowra. Just getting some feedback through the on-course amplifiers here. If someone in our truck could get that turned down for us, thank you very much. We do apologise to our viewers at home. My Margarita, that's better. 11 starts here, 2 wins, 4 minors, a best of 42.24. Another one at big odds, $81, Timmy.
Yeah, she hasn't, or he hasn't had a run since early August, coming into this race. First up for about 5 weeks. Look, on his night, he can show up, but he'd have to run a clear PB tonight. All
right, number 6, Corborn Magic. Look, this is a greyhound. We just heard Mick Cowley talking to Paul Mills. It was the last greyhound to beat Super Estrella, I think, here at Wentworth Park. That was 5 starts back when he ran 41.88. Andy and Jody have always had a good opinion of Corborn Magic. He's nice and fresh tonight from box 6.
Great record, track and trip, been in the money, 8 of 10. Last start winner at Dapto in really good fashion. Now back over the 600, back up to the 720 tonight. He's a huge chance.
The Queensland visitor, OO range for trainer Ned Snow. Go back 2 starts, a 41.88 free-for-all winner at Albion Park. Ran second behind Super Estrella when she broke the track record. Starts from box 7, looks the leader.
Sure does. He's beautifully drawn out wide. I think he'll charge over, take control. The Wonder run down. He was beaten 7 lengths by Super Estrella last start, but he was gallant in defeat in a track record time.
Been well supported at 280 and 8 the pink first pick for Tim Britton from Victoria. Last start winner at the Meadows, on debut here at Wenty.
Great form down in Victoria. If she does bring her Victorian form here tonight, she'll be right in the money.
All right, who are you tipping in the first, mate?
OO range, straight to the top and run his rivals into the ground.
All right, this is the first on $1 Million Chase semi-final night, the first of 3 heats for the Group 2 Sydney Cup over the 720 metres. Our caller at Wenty is Matt Jackson.
Of the tab million chase. So the last of them placed in, green lights on. Race 1, 260 Corborn Magic, 320 00 range. They're set and they're racing now. Beginning fast, box 2, Draco Bale will spear to the lead into the first turn from 00 range, who's quickly up there second. Third, Zipping Virginia, and fourth as first pick the outside. Then Corborn Magic, who stalks these leaders. A gap stagger out, Lee, and last is My Margarita. Going out of the straight now, and 00 range has found the lead. Kicks away, leads it by 3 lengths going to the back. Zipping Virginia into second. Third is Draco Bale. Corborn Magic's got to the outside. He's 6 off the leader. They're followed first, pick My Margarita and Stagger Out Lee. They come to the home turn. Zipping Virginia getting up on the inside of 00 range. Corborn Magic starting to pick his way through, and he's finishing brilliantly. Corborn Magic drives at Zipping Virginia, and that's a photo finish in the opener. What a race too. Zipping Virginia and Corborn Magic little in it. Third 00 range, fourth either Draco Bale or Stagger Out Lee. Then My Margarita and first pick Zipping Virginia holds on. The time 42.06.
What a thrilling start to Fabulous Friday here at Wentworth Park. 00 range went to the lead through the catching pen, and Zipping Virginia has pulled out one of her big runs. She's got up underneath 00 range on the home turn. Corborn Magic checked off her heels just momentarily. He's flooded home, but he's gone down by probably the barest possible, Timmy.
Yeah, she was just a little too good. When he peeled off her heels coming around the home turn, I thought he was probably going to be a little too strong, but she just really dug in when it mattered, Zipping Virginia, and she was back to a brilliant best tonight. She really put on the power mid-race to go out after 00 range and then railed underneath him coming off that top turn. She grabbed the top, and then she had to repel the challenger, Corborn Magic, and that she did, Duke.
3, 6, 7 and 2 to the opening event on the card here at Wentworth Park. The first of 3 heats of the Group 2 Sydney Cup. 42.06 the time. So connections of 00 range will be holding bated breath for the next 2 heats. As said, only the 2 fastest thirds will get through to the final on Saturday week. And Mick Cowley is trackside for us at Wentworth Park tonight. He is with a very happy Mini Finn.
Yeah, absolutely right. A very happy Mini Finn. That was a bit unexpected.
Oh, for sure. I'm mind-blown after that, yeah.
Minnie, we spoke about Zipping Curios and Zipping Alabama. Obviously, she's got a bit of instructions from the other two.
Yeah, Alabama's in the kennel beside her. She must have said, if I can come out, you can come out. And, yeah, no, she come out and kept going tonight.
She's been over to Perth and then came back. What was the story with that?
Oh, we just sent her over there because thought it would be a bit easy. She was only running 42.3 here, and actually we told Marty to retire her. And he hasn't taken her, so we've just been putting her in, you know, putting her in the 600. And, yeah, Alabama's had a word to her.
Was it in some ways a bit of an afterthought to throw her into this series?
Oh, well, there was no other race for her, so we just put her in. Give her a run because there's no other race for her.
Has John won a Sydney Cup before?
I think he has, yeah. I think Poco might have won it.
Of course, yes, absolutely. Well, you've got a finalist next week. It's a good start to the night, and as I said, an unexpected one.
Yeah, no, very unexpected, yeah.
Good luck with the others tonight.
Thank you.
Mick Cowley trackside there with Mini Finn after the victory of Zipping Virginia in race number 1 here at Wentworth Park, and that is her 16th career victory. It's fair to say that John and Mini Finn are riding the crest of a winning wave. Probably they've one that they've never seen before, although Jay Finn has been one of the greatest. But, you know, you talk Zipping Alabama running 29.36 at start 52 last week.
Yeah, Duke, a couple of years ago, they had a handy little run with Poco Dorada, Blue Moon Rising, and the other Greyhound has eluded me right at the moment. The 3 out of the same litter. They had an amazing run 2 times twice, I think it was the other Greyhound. So, yeah, they've been having a good run, I think, for 4 or 5 years, and basically pretty much their lifetime, Duke, I think. But, yeah, this has been some training performance to get her back to her best when it matters, to make it through to a Group 1 Sydney Cup next week. And she got up on the inside here. This is where Corborn Magic, he peeled off her heels. I thought he was just going to get her in the last couple of strides, but she just held on.
Yeah, her 4th win here at Wentworth Park for Zipping Virginia, who is by Superior Panama out of Zipping Caitlin. So 1st and 2nd go through to Saturday week's final of Zipping Virginia, and Corborn Magic have booked their slots. Connections of 00 range will be hoping that he is one of the 2 fastest thirds in the 3 heats of the Sydney Cup. As I said, it's worth $100,000, so terrific money. It's going to be a massive Saturday night. Apart from the $1 million chase, we've got the likes of the Young Star. We've got 6 heats of the Young Star on tomorrow night here at Wenty. We've got the $1 million chase maiden. We've got the Masters Meteor. Boy, oh boy, what a night.
And a couple of more consolations on the program this year, Duke. There is a consolation to the Young Star Classic as well as a consolation for the maiden. So after tomorrow night, we will know the makeup of 8 races already, so there'll only be 2 or 3 races drawn on Tuesday when the final fields for the meeting do come out. So it promises to be one of the biggest nights of racing we've seen here in New South Wales here next Saturday night.
All right, so OO Range led them up. Zipping Virginia just got straight in behind him and then got underneath him on the top turn. Coolball Magic, probably the run of the race. Checked badly at the first turn here out of the home straight, and I say little tiny check on the home straight, but Zipping Virginia holds on to win in race number 1.
What did you make of the run of OO Range? I thought he had every chance. He was away fairly. He worked in the early stages, but he got the lead down the home running on the first occasion, and then I thought he might have put 5 or 6 on the mid-race, but he never really got away from them at any stage. And then that's when Zipping Virginia had his measure, and Coolball Magic was running on strong and coming off that top turn. So Connections will be waiting and watching these next 2 races to see whether he does make it through to the big one next week.
21.80 and 3.50 about the winner, Zipping Virginia. 110 Coolball Magic, 150 OO Range. There is a third dividend because of the late scratching of Boom Lateral. The Quinella pays 25.60. Exacta 83.80. Trifecta 236 on the first 4, 1,050 and change. That is race 1 here at Wentworth Park. Let's take a look at the market for race number 2. It is the second heat of the Group 2 Sydney Cup over the 720 metres. An important scratching here in number 2, Tiger Jack. Days of Thunder, the Queensland chaser, at $4 for trainer Warren Nichols off box 1. Trunky Bill around the $15 mark. Gypsy Wyong $7.50. Mapunga Warrior $9.50. Zipping Kansas for Jason Magri firms even more in betting now into $2. Ariane Vale at $6, and Ziggy Stardust is the roughie of the field at $23. Look, well, I spoke to Jason Magri the other night about Kansas, and he said, which one? And that's probably the case. And look, I know it's only one dog that's been scratched out of this race, Timmy, but the less dogs, the better for Zipping Kansas. He's 41-44 at his last victory here. As I say, the less greyhounds he has to negotiate, the better. We know what sort of ability he's got. We just need to see the right Kansas tonight.
Yeah, we know what he can do. The only issue with him tonight, Duke, he's drawn box 6. He's got 6 other rivals. Go back a couple of runs ago, he ran 41-44. He had box number 1 on that occasion. I think he only had 3 or 4 other rivals in the race, and he went around at $1.80. I'm still shocked they bet $1.80 on that occasion. So looking at the even money tonight, comparing that price to what he did 2 runs ago, I think it's well and truly unders. I'm not saying he can't win, because we know he can win, particularly if he does step, and we know how quick he is, but I don't think there's any value in the $2 at the moment.
All right, there's Jason Magri with Zipping Kansas in the preview area. We're going to take a short break here on our showcase coverage on Greyhound Racing New South Wales, dogs.com.au website, and also all our partners that are taking it tonight as well. We'll be back right after this.
Racing.
One race, one winner, $1 million.
Witness history being made. The TAB $1 million chase. You know the score. Stay in control, gamble responsibly.
You won't find a friendlier, easier to look after dog than a greyhound. No wonder they're so popular. Every home is a greyhound home. Adopt today at gapnsw.com.au.
For me, animals have always been a big part of my life. For the dogs to find good families, it's something that I'm passionate about. Greyhound Adoption Days is a great way to meet your new best mate. To find out the next adoption day, go to gapnsw.com.au.
You won't find a friendlier, easier to look after dog than a greyhound. No wonder they're so popular. Every home is a Greyhound home. Adopt today at gapnsw.com.au.
Our Gap Greyhounds are really good-natured. The great thing about getting your new best mate from Gap is that they've all been carefully assessed and socialised with other dogs. They're actually couch potatoes, so they're great for families and working couples and work well with pets and home environments.
Set, ready, racing, driving the rails. It's tight through the first turn.
One race, one winner, $1 million.
Witness history being made. The TAB $1 Million Chase, Wentworth Park, September 24. You know the score. Stay in control, gamble responsibly.
Absolutely stunning night here in Sydney town, here at Wentworth Park. We're only about 2 or 3 kilometres away from the CBD. We can see there a clock showing 8 minutes and 32 to start time for race number 2 here at Wentworth Park, which will be the second heat of the Group 2 Sydney Cup for the stayers. Let's head down trackside. Here's Mick Cowley.
Joined by Jason Magri, trainer of Zipping Kansas in race 2, the second heat of the Sydney Cup. Jace, it's a case of cross your fingers and hope when the box lid's open, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's Kansas, so it's either he comes out or misses. It's one or the other, but it's feeling good, raring to go. So.
Sorry, you were over-modulating because it was up really high, but this is too far. It's got to be up.
Okay, right. Let's go. This will be the...
All right, just a slight problem there with our interview off tape there with Mick and Jason, but we're about to re-cue it and get you the right one up. We've got a nice little crowd here. Timmy, it's starting to build. As I said, it's a beautiful night in Sydney, and we are waiting for Jason Magri and Mick Cowley to get together. There's Mags. As I was talking to him the other night, and look, again, he said to me, it's a matter of which Kansas turns up tonight, and hopefully for punters, particularly, he's now into $2. And let's hope that Zipping Kansas produces his best tonight. All right, I am told reliably that we're ready to go with Mick Cowley speaking to Jason Magri.
Joined by Jason Magri, who has Zipping Kansas in Heat 2 of the Sydney Cup. Jace, it's a case of hold your breath, cross your fingers, and see what happens when the box is open.
Yeah, that's right. That's Kansas. It's either he's going to come out or he'll come out, miss it. He's raring to go and he's feeling good, so we'll see what happens.
Mate, has it been the usual sort of week for him? Nothing different? Yeah, you can't really tell what's going to happen?
Nah, it's do the same thing all the time. Try not to change much. He's bouncing around. He worked good at home for the week, so all the boxes are ticked for tonight.
Mate, knowing that he can run 41 mids when he does do everything right, that must be encouraging but frustrating as well, I suppose.
Yeah, that's right. We all know what he can do. He's just one of those dogs. He either gets it right or gets it all wrong. So we're used to it now. We've just got to cop it and move on.
Mate, fingers crossed it's all right tonight.
I hope it's right. Thank you.
Thanks, mate.
Good on you.
Mick Cowley with Jason Magri there, talking about the chances of Zipping Kansas. And look, he's around that even money quote. They did bet when Tiger Jack was in the market. He opened around the 320 into 260. This afternoon he's firmed even more into $2. Look, I get that Days of Thunder is a chance off the red box, but he's had 2 starts here for 2 duck eggs. I just thought $4. I'd rather see him do something here than take the $4 quote about Days of Thunder.
Yeah, Days of Thunder, he has been a little below par in both runs here, but she's certainly got the quality to take out the race if she does turn up in best form. We know what she's done up in Brisbane. She won the State of Origin series in outstanding fashion. And when she was here at her latest run behind Super Estrella, that was in the national distance, she never really got into the race at any stage at all. She could easily improve, and she has got the draw now to park a little closer than she normally does with that vacant box on her immediate outside, and Trunky Bill will give her plenty of room to move in the early stages. Zipping Kansas, as Jason just alluded to, there is 2 of him. If he does begin...
How many?
Yeah, true. But if he does begin Duke and carves across, it's all over if he takes up the front running position, because we know he's clearly the quickest greyhound in the race, but he is very, very touchy at box rise.
Yeah. All right, Days of Thunder off box 1, $3.90. It's had the 2 starts here. Best time on the clock of and 43. Number 2, Tiger Jack, is the scratching in the race. Number 3, Trunky Bill. This greyhound's had 9 starts here at Wenty. It's broken through for just the 1 victory. That came 5 runs back, going 42.09 in a grade 5 when it beat Ziggy Stardust, who's got box 8 in this race tonight. And Trunky Bill, look, he's a greyhound that will show pace, but he will want to duck off at that first turn.
He sure will. He was a winner over the middle journey at Richmond at his latest run over the 622 metres. But this is a much, much tougher race tonight, up in distance as well. He has got a pretty poor record, Duke, over the 720, only been in the money twice in 9 runs.
All right, number 4, the blue, is Gypsy Wyong for the Daily Kennel from Victoria. It's coming off a last start, 5th at the Meadows. 2 starts back at 1 there, beating Alfie Moon in 42.53. She is all class, but 20 career wins and Timmy over $500,000 in earnings.
3-time Group 1 winner. She made the Ladbroke 7:15 at the Gardens back in early June. She returned to winning form 2 runs ago at the Meadows before finishing midfield at a latest run. I think she's got a tremendous chance, and she's at a big price around the $758 mark. I think she's a great each-way gamble.
We mentioned this on Behind the Boxes, our podcast earlier in the week. She always goes around at a big price. It's quite amazing.
Sure is, and she's a greyhound who just flies under the radar. She doesn't get the accolades of other greyhounds who have performed much worse,
Inferior to her,
than what she has during her career. As I just mentioned, 3 Group 1 races, Duke. Majority, most years over the last sort of 10, 12 years, she'd probably be talked about as one of the greyhounds of the year, or up there in the top 3 or 4 greyhounds of the year, with having won 3 Group 1 races, Duke.
All right, 5, the yellows, Mapunga Warrior, makes its debut here at Wentworth Park tonight. It's a 20-time career winner as well, coming off a last start 595 metre win at Sandown. If we go back 4 starts to me, it ran 3rd at that track, behind Moraine Susie, who will start 2nd favourite in race 3 here tonight.
Yeah, debuting here in Sydney, but has got a fabulous record overall. He's a greyhound who should settle up toward the lead. If he does bring his Victorian form, he'll certainly be competitive, but the query is first up here at Wenty, Duke.
2 minutes off start time to race number 2 here. Ariane Bale from box 7. Box 6 is Zipping Kansas for Jason Magri. 2 starts back here, as we were saying earlier, a 41.44 winner. Look, I know it's a 7-dog field, but as I said, the less the best for Zipping Kansas. And my philosophy is if he gets a clear run, he's going to run that 41.6 tonight. I don't think there's another dog in this race that can run 41.6. I'm just hoping the right Kansas turns up.
Yeah, there isn't a greyhound who can run 41.6 other than him at all. You'll know your fate at Box Rise Duke. If he begins on terms, he can burn right down the outside and go to the top, and then it's good night, nurse. He is well drawn. I like him when he's drawn wider out and he's got fresh air, but you'll be just waiting for the start.
He's had 8 starts here for 3 victories. That 41.44, 2 starts back was his PB. Number 7, Ariane Bale, another from the Victorians, trained by Daniel Gibbons. Last start winner at the Meadows over the 730 metres, running 42.46 on debut at Wenty as well.
Yeah, she's a young greyhound on the rise. She's only had the 31 runs. Last start winner at the Meadows. Again, query being first up in Sydney, but she's been fairly hard in the market, Duke, so you've got to respect the marketplace.
And 8, the pink, is Ziggy Stardust for Adam Campton. And Benny Campton, a last start winner here at Wenty. It's 3rd win at Wentworth Park from 14 starts in 42.34, but massive step up in class tonight.
Sure is, but he does love racing around here. He's been in the money in 11 of 14 runs, but in weaker company. I think he's just a place chance. Throw him into the wider multiples.
All right, Battler's Banker.
I've got to be with Gypsy Wyong Duke at the price, $8 each way. I think she's a great gamble. If she turns up in her best form, she'll go awfully close.
All right, I think this is the first time that I've ever tipped Zipping Kansas on top. I just thought, as I say, with the reduced feel, it's going to be better for him. He's now into odds on there. $1.91 Zipping Kansas. Their odds I don't want to take. I did take $2.40 earlier today, so I'm much happier about that. But Zipping Kansas will start the punter's pick in race number 2 on the card. As I said, 1st and 2nd of this race will go through to the final on Saturday week. It's worth $100,000 to the winner, and the 2 fastest thirds from the 3 heats of the Group 2 Sydney Cup will also progress. There's Zipping Kansas. He'll wear the Top Sport 6 green rug, and Bradley Keel's about to box Gypsy Wyong. This is race 2 at Wenty, heat 2 of the Group 2 Sydney Cup. Here's Matt Jackson.
starts ago, but then beaten as a very short-priced favourite last time. And does have some tricks. Will we see him put it all together here tonight? Green light is switched on. 195 Zipping Kansas, 550 Days of Thunder. And they're set to run. Racing now. Days of Thunder away okay, but Zipping Kansas, he came out running tonight and he's dashed to the lead into the first turn. Mapunga Warrior quickly up to second, third is Ariane Bale, and fourth is Gypsy Wyong. They're followed by Ziggy Stardust, well back Trunky Bill, last Days of Thunder. Going out of the straight and Zipping Kansas in full flight here, leads by 3 or 4. Second Mapunga Warrior, similar margin Ariane Bale. They're followed by Gypsy Wyong and a gap then Ziggy Stardust off the back straight, and it's Zipping Kansas. He's increased that lead. He's 6 in front now from Mapunga Warrior. They're followed then by Ariane Bale, but it's all Zipping Kansas. He is putting on a show. Zipping Kansas has won it by 10. Gypsy Wyong grabs second, Ariane Bale third, and Days of Thunder rattled home fourth. Then Mapunga Warrior, Ziggy Stardust and Trunky Bill. The time 41:48.
The real Zipping Kansas has appeared at Wentworth Park tonight. Jason Magri will breathe a massive sigh of release. 6, 4, 7 and 1 the time. Absolutely scorching at 41:48. And Timmy, if you could have got on 50 metres out of the boxes, you would have mortgaged the house, the Opera House and the Harbour Bridge as well.
I would have taken a 98 cents just to back a winner, Duke, to be quite frank. It was all over Red Rover at that point. He's a very, very quick animal. We're not telling anyone who is watching tonight something they don't already know. He's one of the quickest stayers in the world, Zipping Kansas, when he's on song, and he was certainly on song tonight. Great to see Gypsy Wyong get up to grab second position right on the peg, and she has made it through into another big race final. Gypsy Wyong, she is an absolute ripper. And in third position, Ariana Bale, who was solid, just nailed right on the peg for that position, guaranteed position in the final next week. So we'll have to just wait to see what the time she does run to see whether she does get through to the final. But all honours to Zipping Kansas.
12 lengths by a head, thank you very much. So 12.7's 84. So Ariane Bale has run around 42.32. I think you'll find somewhere around that.
OO range ran 42.28 in finishing
so
third.
Ariane Bale at this stage, we've still got one heat to go. But again, as I said, all honours with the winner. 41.48, and I imagine Mick Cowley has got a very relieved Jason Magri with him.
Thanks, Duke. Not relieved. He's very happy about that performance.
Yeah, I am. He come out good tonight and they opened them up, so it'll be a lot better for the run too next week. It's had a couple of easy weeks, so I'm really happy.
Do you hold your breath until the box is open?
Sure do. It's just hope you see a green light come out, and he did tonight, come out clean, so it was good.
15.81 to that first mark, that's low flying as well.
Yeah, it's good. They're the sections he can run, so when he comes out on the right leg, that's what he can do. So I'm really happy tonight, just hope he can do it next week.
Box draw doesn't really matter too much with him, it's just a case of whether he jumps, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't, but we always still want a good box in the final.
Mate, best of luck you through it, that's the start.
That's it, thank you.
Zipping Kansas takes out Heat 2 of the Group 2 Sydney Cup. Got plenty of clear air there with Mapunga Warrior wanting to, move in and Ariane Bale wanting to step a little bit right out of the box. But have a look at this. This is a galloping job.
15.81 that opening section. The record is 15.72. And that
for the
is
sprinters.
over the 280 metres for the sprinters. So it just shows how quick he went in the early stages. I don't think he even needed the room that he got there. The way he built up those revs, he was just airborne, as we've alluded to before the race. And after the race, it all depended on how he began, and he came out sweetly tonight, and it was good night, nurse. Zipping Kansas, as Matty Jackson said, putting on a show tonight.
And Gypsy Wyong finds itself in another feature race final. 190 and 150 about Zipping Kansas. Gypsy Wyong 220. No third Ariane Bale. Days of Thunder running fourth. The Quinella 680. Try pays $42. The first four ending in number 2. We'll just check on that. We've got 6, 4, 7 and 1 as the numbers. It's $130.30.
Zipping Kansas at $1.90, heavily backed this afternoon, Duke. As you mentioned, I think you said you got around the $2.40 mark. I think $2.60 maybe early today, so the punters have really got the lot there.
And look, as I said, we know what he's like, and we're not disparaging when we say that there's a couple of different zipping Kansases. I mean, Jace the first to admit it. I'm sure Marty Halloran as well. It's if he's off the arm, if he's back in the pack, he's a different dog, like so many other dogs. So if you're thinking we're having a shot at him, we're not. We're just saying that when he's on the arm and when he's out in front, he is one of the hottest stayers going around.
Wouldn't you love to see him begin like that in the final, and Super Estrella, if she happens to get through, which we all think she will, if he's running those figures in the early stages, wouldn't they turn it on the first couple of 100 metres?
Well, they'd be challenging each other for the lead because I think she ran 15.84 when she broke the track record or something. So anyway, we're going to see Super Estrella in the next race here at Wentworth Park, and she has come up with box number 2. She is the reigning track record holder here. She's at... Look, I thought she would have been shorter, to tell you the truth. I know it sounds silly at $1.27, but she's coming off a 41.21 track record run. The start prior to that, she won the Group 1 National Distance Championship here. Moraine Susie, drills box 1, play nice out in box number 8. If you're looking for a leader, just look for the black and white checks of Super Estrella, because on any map of any person doing form for Wentworth Park, she leads, and she leads easily.
She sure does, Duke, and she only needs to be sound and get through the race without any injury concerns, and she should be just winning. She's been $1.35 into $1.27. I was like you, I was a little shocked. She went up $1.35. I thought she would have been around the $1.15, $1.18 mark, so I wouldn't be surprised if she does trim up further now. The big punters open up the shoulders and chime into her. Have a look at her record around here over the 720 metres. She's been in the money 16 of her 17 runs.
10-time winner.
Quite a remarkable record, and now the track record holder.
Everyone loves a high-bowling, front-running stayer. That's what we'll see. We just saw it in race 2. We're going to see it again in race 3, I'm sure, with Super Estrella. We'll take a short break here on our showcase coverage of $1 Million Chase semi-final night from Wentworth Park.
Racing.
One race, one winner, $1 million.
Witness history being made. The TAB $1 Million Chase. You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
You won't find a friendlier, easier to look after dog than a Greyhound. No wonder they're so popular. Every home is a Greyhound home. Adopt today at gapnsw.com.au.
For me, animals have always been a big part of my life. For the dogs to find good families, it's something that I'm passionate about. Greyhound Adoption Days is a great way to meet your new best mate. To find out the next adoption day, go to gapnsw.com.au.
You won't find a friendlier, easier to look after dog than a Greyhound. No wonder they're so popular. Every home is a Greyhound home. Adopt today at gapnsw.com.au.
Our Gap Greyhounds are really good-natured. The great thing about getting your new best mate from Gap is that they've all been carefully assessed and socialised with other dogs. They're actually couch potatoes, so they're great for families and working couples and work well with pets and home environments.
Set, ready, racing, driving the rails, it's tight through the first turn.
One race, one winner, $1 million.
Witness history being made. The TAB $1 Million Chase, Wentworth Park, September 24. You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
That was Super Estrella there in wearing the black and white rug with Dave Smith, who's done a terrific job, as we said. It's very hard, as we know, Timmy, to keep sprinters up and racing at their peak. It's even tougher, as trainers will tell you, to keep a stayer over that 700 at her absolute best. And Dave Smith's done a great job with her.
He sure has, and it was great to see him get that elusive Group 1 win in the national distance. He'd been chasing it. He was a Group 1 winning owner, but not a trainer. And I know it meant a hell of a lot to him that night to take out the Group 1 and finally crack it. And he has done a marvellous job with this girl and all of his kennels all the way through. He's had a fantastic run over the last 2 to 3 years, Dave, and there's no nicer guy in the industry.
She was $1.35 and then Tiger Jack came out. She's into $1.27 now. Pocket Money was the scratching. So, look, it's probably just that market adjustment with, 9% of the points for Pocket Money, so that's why she's coming to that $1.27, $1.30 quote. $5 about Moraine Susie, $11 about Play Nice, every other runner over double figure odds. Earlier tonight, Mick Cowley caught up with trainer Dave Smith about the chances of Super Estrella.
Dave Smith with Super Estrella in the heat of the Sydney Cup. Dave, business as usual this week?
Oh yeah, she pulled up really well after the track record run, so couldn't be happier. Yeah, she's just been jumping out of her skin, missing the week. She didn't know what's happening, so hopefully she can back it up.
Hey, 41.21. Was that even in your realm of imagination?
No, I didn't see anyone breaking the record, but obviously, like, the track's good, and that she's getting to that stage of her life where she's at her best. So yeah, I was really happy with it, obviously, but very surprised.
This preparation, she's just got stronger and stronger as well. That must be something that's really pleasing for you.
Yeah, well, her first season took a long time to come along, and that's why we missed a few months there. We just let her have a whole season, and she's come back better for it. She's just that little bit stronger, and I think even early on people didn't realise how young she was, because she hit the scene with such a bang at about 18 months of age, and she was in a big maiden back then. So she was sort of a household name, and she was probably stepped up to those non-grade races so early.
Mate, last couple of runs for her, you've had a Group 1, you've had a track record. You must be pinching yourself.
Yeah, it's all happening. I just can't believe it. Yeah, it's fantastic. My first one, and yeah, I just hope the ride continues. I'm probably more nervous than ever now because we've actually done it.
I was going to say, does that put extra pressure on you, the fact that she's done all that stuff to come out in a heat like this? She's expected to win, that sort of thing.
100%. I've been checking the dog. Is she sure she's right? Clearing every bit of grass, making sure it's level, because we're definitely more nervous now that people are looking at her, because we've always, not making up the numbers, but there's been, the limelight's been on someone else, and I'll probably like it that way. But yeah, it's I like winning too, so you got to put up with it.
You do indeed. Hopefully there's another win tonight and maybe another one next week.
Yeah, thanks so much. I hope so. Thank you.
Yes, thanks, Dave.
Here is the speed map for race number 3, and it's clear cut. Super Estrella off box number 2 will lead. There'll be a little bit of pace from Osprey Storm, and Silver Luck can also show some pace. Play Nice probably sitting 4th on the outside, but be very surprised if Estrella doesn't lead, and probably run around that 15.8, 15.9 to the winning post the first time around, Timmy.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, Duke, she would have to absolutely bomb the jump not to lead by the first turn here. She's just got too much early speed for these greyhounds. With a clean getaway, she should set up a huge lead mid-race.
She actually ran 15.82 when breaking the track record. So Kansas went 1/100th faster in his win moments ago, and Super Estrella, her first split here when running a 41.21 track record, her first split was 15.82. There are the tips from thedogs.com.au. Super Estrella, Moraine Susie, Believe So, and Silver Luck. She firms even more now into $1.23. Let's go through these field runner by runner, and the Victorian Moraine Susie actually ran 3rd behind Estrella in the Group 1 National Distance Championship 2 starts back. That was her debut performance here in Sydney.
And she will take a stack of benefit out of that first run here at Wentworth Park. Prior to that run, she won the Victorian distance final down at Sandown Park. She's certainly got the quality from the inside alley. She can punch up and use it. She can punch through and hold second position behind our likely leader, Super Estrella,
who will wear the checks of box number 2. She's had 11 starts from this draw for 4 wins and 4 minors. She had this box when she broke the track record.
Shooting for 5 on the trot. We mentioned earlier she's been out of the money just once in 17 runs here at Wentworth Park over the 720. She's a 10-time winner. She's the golden girl in the staying ranks at the moment.
3 the wide is Believe So for Phil Goodsell, and a last start second here behind Ziggy Stardust. 4 starts back, a 42.52 winner. A massive rise in class, but
yeah, big challenge here tonight. Handy record at the track and trip, but in much weaker company, Duke.
For the blue is Osprey Storm for Angela Langton and Amumsu Smith in Victoria. A last start 42.28 winner at Sandown Park, beating Stagger Out Lee, and 3 starts back. A nice 41.90 winner there as well, Tim.
Yeah, young stayer on the rise. Duke only had the 18 runs, turning 2 this month, and gee, he's been racing ultra consistently down in Victoria. He's another who should push forward in the early stages, and look, if he does bring that Victorian form, I think he can run a cheeky race.
Amani Bale for Daniel Gibbons, 2 starts back, a 38.27 winner over the 660 at Ballarat. Another on debut here, an 11-time career winner.
Yeah, runner-up at the Meadows too last start before winning at Ballarat prior to that. Yeah, racing in elite company here tonight, will be one of the roughies in the race, and will need a career PB.
Okay, 6th the green is Silver Luck for Andy Lord at Gunning, and a last start winner here at Winnie in 42.16. That was back on the 24th of August. Look, they've always thought it's got ability to run a distance out. It just hasn't been as quick as its littermates, the like of Tiger Jack.
Yeah, beautifully bred Fernando Bale, Book of Luck. Yeah, 42.16 winner last time out, but this is different company here tonight, Duke.
7, the black pocket money is a scratching. 8, the pink is Play Nice for Tim Britton, another that's making its first appearance here in Sydney Town. And 2 starts back, ran 42.60, beating Aston Velvet in a heat of the Nationals, I think it was, at the Meadows.
Yeah, winner once in his last 10 starts, Duke. Does need to lift on his latest run down in Victoria at the Meadows.
All right, what I should say is Battler's Best here in race 3, the 3rd of the semi-finals of the Group 2 Sydney Cup.
Shock horror, Super Estrella.
No.
And she goes straight to the front, Duke, like we all expect her to do. Hey, could she give that track record a shake after zipping Kansas, running 41.48 in the previous? The track is in fairly quick order, so it's a very still night here, Duke. So,
and look, he ran up to his PB, so he ran 4/100s, basically off his PB. So if she hightails it out in front, as I said, I think the key to this also in her running really smart times, to me, is that there doesn't appear to be another leader in the race.
Absolutely, Duke. She should go straight to the top, uncontested lead, and then all eyes are on the clock.
She's now at $1.23 with the dogs' odds, 1.23, and she is my best here, Super Estrella, in race number 3, the 3rd heat of the Group 2 Sydney Cup. And as I mentioned previously, the final of this race will be held on $1 Million Chase final night. It's worth $100,000 to the winner, and so far, OO Range will qualify. So as far as the 3rd place getters are concerned, Ariane Bale ran 2nd in the previous heat. So we'll wait and see who finishes 3rd here and what time they clock. 1st and 2nd guaranteed a spot in the final. She is the queen of the staying ranks around Australia at the moment. Number 2, the Czech, Super Estrella. She carries the bulk of punters' money in race 3 here at Wenny. Here's Matt Jackson.
Favourite box 2, Super Estrella. 125. Dominant favourite, green light on, Lewis on its way. Set to jump race 3, they're ready. Racing now, and she was away cleanly, Super Estrella. She'll drive forward, she'll lead at the first turn from Osprey Storm. 3rd getting up on the rails is Moraine Susie, and going around them now is Play Nice. They're followed by Silver Luck, Amani Bale, and last Believe So. But it is Super Estrella by the judge. She's a 6-length leader on Osprey Storm. 3rd, Moraine Susie. 4th is Silver Luck to the outside. They're followed by Amani Bale, Play Nice, and Believe So. But Super Estrella off the back. This star stayer, she's 8 or 9 in front now. Getting up on the inside, Moraine Susie. Battling away Osprey Storm and Silver Luck running on, but Super Estrella dominates again. Super Estrella by 14. Believe So rattled home, grabs 2nd. Moraine Susie 3rd. Photo 4th. Silver Luck's right there with Osprey Storm and Amani Bale. Play Nice at the rear. The time, it's spectacular again. 41.42.
41.42 for Super Estrella. And she cements her claim and her position as the best stayer in Australia. And again, if there was any chance you could get on 50 metres out of the boxes, Timmy Newbold, the only one you wanted to be on was Super Estrella.
Absolutely, Duke. She left it in no doubt at all when she began like she did, straight to the top, and just showed how good she is. She really burnt the candle at both ends. That was a demolition job.
2, 3, 1 and 4 the numbers. The margin's 12.5 by 3/4. That first split of 15.92, so a little bit slower than what Zipping Kansas recorded, but she's come home quicker, and she wins again at Wentworth Park to continue that amazing record and the love affair that she has here at a home track. And Super Estrella wins her way through to the final of the Group 2 Sydney Cup final to be held on Saturday week. Look at that galloping style, such a hard chaser. It's head down, bum up, literally.
And Belize So getting up on the line to grab second position.
There's Mrs. Smith, lovely lady. She gets a massive thrill out of Dave being involved with the dogs and herself being involved with the dogs, and it doesn't matter. They don't care about the punt. They don't care about the prize money. They love their animals. They love their dogs, and it's so great to see. And Mick Cowley is with a very, very happy Dave Smith.
Is it a happy Dave Smith or a relieved Dave Smith?
Oh, a bit of both. Always happy with the winner. So, yeah, I wrapped the way she went, 41-42. So, yeah, no, relieved as well because, people are watching and, it's great that she's never let us down anyway. So, but that was terrific tonight again.
I think, 15.92 early. That was pretty strong the back end of that race as well.
Yeah, well, we know she's getting stronger. Like, she ran 15.82.01 last week. You can't do that every week. That's still a sensational first section. So, yeah, I'm wrapped.
Mate, it's not just you, it's your mum as well. She was absolutely over the moon catching the dog tonight.
Oh, mum does more work than anyone. She's over the moon. And my son, of course, Cooper, everyone knows, but it's the whole family. Dad's involved. He helps make the dinners. It's not just my name, but it's the whole family that do the work.
And everyone gets a stack of enjoyment out of it as well.
Oh, absolutely. There's I've got a lot of mates that are following her as well, and mates over too. People just following the dog and have contacted me. So yeah, she's just been tremendous.
As we said, a bit of expectation coming in now, and there'll be expectation next week. Would just be a normal week this week for you?
Yeah, just got to learn to handle it, I suppose, don't we? But no, look, I won't. I work them at home. So yeah, just wrap her up in cotton wool and bring her here next week. Hopefully, produce the same run and you put yourself right in it.
Right, Group 1, track record. Group 2 next week, fingers crossed.
Let's hope so.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks so much, guys.
Mick Cowley chatting to Dave Smith. Let's take a look at Sniper Cam here, and the only one that's going to be in the shot for most of it is number 2, Super Estrella. To me, that's her 11th victory from 18 starts here at Wenny. Her 31st career victory overall. Takes her prize money earnings to just a tick under $350,000.
And Duke, she's been in the money in 59 of her 68 starts. Remarkable feat, and you've just mentioned her great record here over the 720 metres, but isn't she in full flight there, just carving out flying time, bowling along in front. You love front-running stayers.
I was just about to say, there's something about a front-running stayer that gets clear air, that just breaks the hearts of the rivals, and that's what we see Super Estrella do. And I mean, it's not as if she's bashing up grade 5 chasers. She's bashing up the best stayers in Australia.
And you know what? From day dot, she has raced in elite races. Dave contested, the Richmond Oaks and all the bitches races, a class bitches races when she was over the sprints. So she hasn't done it the easy way. She's done it the tough way for her entire career. Not only since just getting up to the 720. She was a quality bitch over the 520. And she is an outstanding bitch over the 700 metres.
And we will get to see her do her stuff again on Saturday week when she will start favourite, even allowing for what Zipping Kansas ran tonight. I'd be extremely surprised if she didn't go up the top pick. Those two runners will dominate the market. The box draw largely doesn't affect Super Estrella, but it certainly affects Zipping Kansas.
Absolutely. He would have to come up with box 1 and she draw in the middle 5 or 6 for him to probably start favourite, but I can't see her not starting favourite. It doesn't really matter where she draws.
Did Christmas come in September? $1.30 Super Estrella. Honestly, we spoke about this during the week. 30% on your money in a tick over 41 seconds. Like, $1.30 and $1.20 Super Estrella doesn't happen all the time. Believe So for Phil Goodsell. Well done. $7.70. We were about to give you the rest of the tote dividends there, but I'm sure you'll be able to find them. We've had the entree. Main is about to be served. We've got 8 semi-finals of the TAB $1 Million Chase here at Wentworth Park, and we kick off with race number 4 on the card. Mortified and Panama Pepper, they dominate the markets. The Wings have got it here, $2.30 each of 2. Gatlin for Johnny Finn at $4.75. Then we go $11 about Kelsey Bale. An intriguing race coming up, the first of the semi-finals. Only the winner gets through to the big dance on Saturday week, where they will be racing for $1 million.
Racing.
One race, one winner, $1 million.
Witness history being made. The TAB $1 Million Chase. You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
You won't find a friendlier, easier to look after dog than a Greyhound. No wonder they're so popular. Every home is a Greyhound home. Adopt today at gapnsw.com.au.
For me, animals have always been a big part of my life. For the dogs to find good families, it's something that I'm passionate about. Greyhound Adoption Days is a great way to meet your new best mate. To find out the next adoption day, go to gapnsw.com.au.
You won't find a friendlier, easier to look after dog than a Greyhound. No wonder they're so popular. Every home is a Greyhound home. Adopt today at gapnsw.com.au.
Our Gap Greyhounds are really good natured. The great thing about getting your new best mate from Gap is that they've all been carefully assessed and socialised with other dogs. They're actually couch potatoes, so they're great for families and working couples and work well with pets and home environments.
Set, ready, racing, driving the rails, it's tight through the first turn.
One race, one winner, $1 million.
Witness history being made. The TAB $1 Million Chase, Wentworth Park, September 24. You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
Racing.
One race, one winner, $1 million.
Witness history being made. The TAB $1 Million Chase. You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
For me, animals have always been a big part of my life. For the dogs to find good families, it's something that I'm passionate about. Greyhound Adoption Days is a great way to meet your new best mate. To find out the next adoption day, go to gapnsw.com.au.
You won't find a friendlier, easier to look after dog than a Greyhound. No wonder they're so popular. Every home is a Greyhound home. Adopt today at gapnsw.com.au.
Racing.
One race, one winner, $1 million.
Witness history being made. The TAB $1 Million Chase. You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
Welcome back to Wentworth Park. Welcome back to our showcase coverage of $1 Million Chase semi-final night. Timmy, I'm getting really excited because we're about to have the first of 8 semi-finals where only the winner will progress through to the big dance on Saturday week, where one Greyhound will win connections $1 million. And of course, this is the second running of the $1 Million Chase that we've had in 2022. The defending champion, She's a Pearl, goes around in race number 8. But what a race we've got to kick off the semis, where the wing runners in Mortified and Panama Pepper, they hold the call with punters at the moment.
Dominating, Benny, $2 each of 2 Mortified and Panama Pepper, the Western Australian Greyhound who was desperately unlucky in the Richmond regional final and came to Wentworth Park to win his way into the semi-finals in a city qualifier last Saturday night, and he done it the tough way. It was an outstanding win in 29 and 93. He's drawn the outside where he's got a pretty good record, Panama Pepper, and he's been well tried because Mortified was the clear favourite in early betting. Now they're equal picks.
Punters are jumping on the J. Finn bandwagon as well. Gatlin, I thought, from box 4, we know he can show early pace. He's a 2-time winner here, going 29.92. He won the Group 1 Vic Peters, the Age Classic, but at $4.50, $4.75. Are they poison odds?
They sure are, because he's got a dreadful draw here. He's directly outside Teddy the Bear,
doesn't
who begins
Teddy want to get
cleanly
off?
and just goes right. He's got to completely bomb the jump, in my opinion. Gatlin just dive over to the rails to have any chance to win this race. If he begins on turns with Teddy the Bear, he's going to be in awful trouble in the first 20 or 30 metres.
All right, there's a speed, mate. Look, the speed will come from Mortified. Look, you'll also see Charlie's Jar. It'll show pace as well from that middle draw in box number 6. And Panama Pepper, we know that he can step. We spoke to Steve Withers after he won his city qualifier last week. He was desperate, absolutely desperate for an inside box. My thinking about it, but Timmy, and I've tipped Panama Pepper, I'll tell you now, is that if he couldn't have box 1, he in this race he needed box 8 to try and get around the field. You didn't want him, as to say, drawn outside the likes of Teddy the Bear or Pike, who's had one start here. He's more recognised as a big one-turn dog. So for me, I thought if he couldn't have 1, 8's the next best.
And he has been in the money in 4 or 5 runs from box number 8. His record from inside alleys is superb, Duke. He's won 4 out of 5 from box 1. He's unbeaten in 4 runs from box 2. So you can see why Steve wanted to draw an inside box. But my little concern here, he will have to come out smoking to get across with the pace in 3. Teddy the Bear, wide runner. Pike will punch up. Mortified, I believe, will lead from the inside draw. She can begin on turns. Charlie's Jar's another greyhound who can roll forward and show speed too, and I thought he was one of the best roughies of the evening around the 40 or around the 20 to 1 mark. Charlie's Jar.
There's Teddy the Bear. I think that's Clint Trengrove handling for Shelley Trengrove. Teddy the Bear ran second in the Broken Hill $1 Million Chase final. Thank you very much. Charlie's Misty is the other qualifier, and Red Reactor, Red Reactor actually won that Broken Hill $1 Million Chase regional final. And those 3 runners have made their way through to Wentworth Park tonight.
And we know him really well here in New South Wales, Teddy the Bear. He started his career off here in New South Wales for Al and Christine Proctor before heading to South Australia. And he's made his way back to Wentworth Park via Broken Hill. So he certainly knows every inch of loam or every inch of sand around here.
Greyhounds are in the preview area here at Wentworth Park for race number 4, the first of the semi-finals. And Mortified for Chris O'Brien, who's having an absolutely terrific run. One of the really nice blokes, the whole O'Brien family, his brother Ivan as well. But Mortified, to me, only kicked off her career in, I think it was late June. She's had 9 starts. She's now saluted on 7 occasions. Here at Wentworth Park, she's won 3 or 4. And I tell you what, her win in the regional final at Dapto from a middle draw was outstanding.
Absolutely outstanding. Duke led all the way in 29.55. She's just continued to improve as her career has gone along. She was good winning in 29.86 at her latest run here from box number 1. She's drawn to get a beautiful run here in this particular race with 2 and 3 drawn on her outside straight trackers or wide runners. And this is back at that Dapto regional win. She had box number 5 carved to the top, and didn't she really accelerate through the early and mid stages?
My only query with her is that she can be a little touchy at box ride. And Chris's brother Ivan has mentioned this to me a number of times, and that she doesn't come out underneath him. She goes very, very quick once she balances up, but she's not what we term a lid pinger.
No, not by any stretch of the imagination. The big thing in this particular race, she's going to get room to really muster along with 2 and 3 straight trackers or wide runners drawn on her outside. So even if she does dwell a fraction, she'll get mobile quickly and get every chance to drive up and take control by the first turn. If she does, she'll be running her 29.7 or 29.8 in front. Awfully hard to run down.
1, 8, 3 and 4, the tips from the dogs. Timmy and I will give you our tips in just a moment. Number 2 is Pike for Frankie Hancock up in Spring Grove in the Northern Rivers of New South Wales. He's had the 1 start here. It was a failure. Look, he's a one-turn dog and a really smart one-turn dog, I believe.
Yeah, I agree with that, Duke. Look, he failed at his only run here. He bombed the jump and never, ever got into the race. He would need to improve big time.
He's a $51 shot. 3 the widest. We just mentioned Teddy the Bear for Shelley Trengrove at Lewiston in South Australia. $34. A 5-time winner here, but.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, we know him really well. He began his career here in New South Wales. He's a reliable beginner. He's got the early dash to push up and be with the leaders around the first turn. I think he's a sneaky place chance, Stu.
For the blue was Gatlin for Johnny Finn, $4.80 in the market. It's a Group 1 age classic winner here, taking out the Vic Peters. Comes off a last start third behind Zipping Kyrgios in the Richmond Regional Final.
Big motor, just awkwardly drawn outside the wide-running Teddy the Bear. He's got to dodge him in the early stages.
5 the yellow is Sunshine Delight, and Sunshine Delight for Paul McIlvaine. And this greyhound's a 17-time career winner.
Yeah, going well in Queensland, looking for 3 on the trot, coming to Wentworth Park tonight, first up at the track, and it is a tough assignment in a race like this, first time at Wendy Duke.
6 the green, Charlie's Jar for Ashley Dwyer, who's got 3 runners engaged tonight. They all qualified through the Bathurst Regional Final, and Charlie's Jar, as you mentioned earlier, he's got his early toe, Timmy. He's a
Great roughie here, Duke, if the favourites happen to begin poorly. Look, he'll roll forward. He has run, 29.70 odd around Bathurst. He's broken 30 seconds here. I think he's one of the best roughies of the night.
Kelsey Bale, number 7, the black, is trained by Daniel Gibbons for Brendan Wheeler. 8-time career winner, gone 29.96 at the Meadows. 2 starts here, 2 duck eggs.
Yeah, quality bitch when she's on song. She has performed really well down in Victoria, as you mentioned. 2 duck eggs in 2 runs here. She will need to come out running from that wide alley.
8 the pink is Panama Pepper from WA for trainer Steve Withers, who of course had great success with Tommy Shelby. He's run flying times at Kennington and Albion Park, and a good winner here last week.
Yeah, quality greyhound, just needs a little bit of luck getting across. Really keen on Mortified. I've made her one of my best bets on the program.
Okay, I'm at the other side. I'm with Panama Pepper from box number 8. He's out in the market to $2.50. Mortified is the favourite, wearing the red rug, as we head to Matt Jackson for his call, the first semi-final of the TAB $1 Million Chase.
$2.50, $2.60, Panama Pepper, the West Aussie. $4.60 about Gatlin. They're all in. Green light is on. Semi number 1 of the TAB $1 Million Chase. They're ready. Racing now, Mortified away okay, Panama Pepper bounced out fast, looking for the lead with Gatlin. They go together into the first turn. In third is Mortified, and fourth Charlie's Jar. They're followed by Sunshine Delight. Well back is Pike, Kelsey Bale and Teddy the Bear. Down the back straight, and it's Gatlin opening up by 3 lengths now on Panama Pepper. They're clear of Mortified at the home corner. Gatlin's going strongly. Panama Pepper's trying hard. Gatlin's clear late though, and Gatlin beat Panama Pepper by 2.5. Third Mortified, and fourth Kelsey Bale. They're followed Sunshine Delight. Well back is Teddy the Bear. Then Charlie's Jar and Pike into the pen last. The time, wow, 29.28.
To put that into perspective, Timmy, that is 3 lengths outside the track record for Gatlin, who won the Group 1 Vic Peters Classic here earlier this year. Finished behind Zipping Kyrgios in the Richmond Regional Final. Gatlin's previous best here was 29.92. Boy, oh boy, this track's either super fast or he is absolutely flying, which he has, of course, but he was off and gone at the first turn when he held out Panama Pepper. Mortified couldn't get up on the fence, but Gatlin wins his way through for a shot at $1 million.
Wowee, he absolutely nailed the jump, and he had to tonight. We did mention prior to the race, he was drawn on the outside of a wide runner and good beginner, and he came out running. And when he led Panama Pepper at the first turn, he's got a big engine, and that engine really kicked in mid-race.
I can see the smile from up here in our broadcast spot. Mick Cowley is with a very, very happy Mini Finn.
It is a very, very happy Mini Finn. Congratulations. Jumped on the bunny, you must have been smiling.
Oh yeah, when he led, I thought he'd be hard to run down. He's got a lot of ability, and we freshened him up and brought him down here and gave him a post-to-post after Richmond, and he went enormous. Brought him back down again Tuesday night and give him a drag. That's what he likes. And it paid off tonight.
29.28. Did you think that was in the realms?
Oh, I think the track is pretty good tonight, but yeah, when he he's got a funny mind, but when I seen him go and he was putting in tonight, yeah.
He's kind of a bit the forgotten one from your kennel. Everyone's talking Alabama and Curios, but he certainly can stand up with them.
Yeah, no, shows it tonight. Yeah, I'm lost for words. He's finally done what we know he can do, but I never ever thought he'd run that time. But he kept going tonight the whole way.
How's it feel to have a 1 in 8 shot at $1 million next week?
Bloody awesome.
Congratulations, Minnie. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, no worries. And good on Bo, my nephew.
Bo Ferguson is who Minnie is referring to. Well done, Min. And she's got a runner in the $1 million chase final. More to come, of course. Zipping Curios, zipping Panama, zipping Virginia is into the Group 2 Sydney Cup final. But Timmy, I'm absolutely speechless. Here's a replay. Look, he's come out running. So too is Panama Pepper. Mortified. It wasn't that she didn't begin well. It's just that the other two outpaced her.
And don't worry, he had to drive through that first turn. Panama Pepper was carving across and putting the pressure on, but he really, he dug it in. He held his line, held Panama Pepper out, and that is where he won the race because, as Minnie mentioned, he is strong, and when he did lead, you wouldn't think he could possibly get run down.
4, 8, 1 and 7. Panama Pepper second. Mortified runs third. Kelsey Bale finished in 4th spot. So it is a case of Gatlin just charging through, holding them out early. And look, what do you say when they run that sort of time, Timmy? I'm speechless.
Yeah, I'm pretty much identical, Duke.
What are we going to get
29,
later? That's what I'm asking you. Because Gatlin would have come in here as probably a $51 shot in pre-post betting, maybe, to win the thing.
He would have been. He was $5 or $6 tonight. He would have been 40 or 50 to 1 for sure and certain. And there's a very happy Minnie Finn. She could be doing it again later, zipping Alabama.
That scene was very similar to when Gatlin won the Group 1 Vic Peters Classic. He pays 5, 10 and 130. 130 for Panama Pepper, 130 also for Mortified. The trifecta, $42.30, just waiting on the first 4 to come to hand there for Kelsey Bale, who rounded out the top 4 spots. But we have got our first finalist for the second renewal of the $1 million chase in 2022 here at Wentworth Park. Race number 5. It kicks off the quaddie. It's due at 8:20, so around about 18 minutes off start time. An early look at the market here. Ibrox Wildfire at 325. The reigning Group 1 National Sprint Champion, Good Odds Cash. She's got to overcome box 5. She's currently at $2.30. Aglan Luai around that $4.30 quote. And Zara's Ivan, a well-performed Victorian who is yet to win here at Wentworth Park in 8 starts. But Zara's Ivan draws box number 2. He's 4th pick in the market there, also around that $4.30 quote. So that is race number 5. We're 16 minutes off start time. We've had one semi-final of the 2022 TAB $1 million chase. The second renewal. We'll come back after this short break and take a look at the runners in race number 5.
Racing.
One race, one winner, $1 million.
Witness history being made. The TAB $1 million chase. You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
You won't find a friendlier, easier to look after dog than a Greyhound. No wonder they're so popular. Every home is a Greyhound home. Adopt today at gapnsw.com.au.
For me, animals have always been a big part of my life. For the dogs to find good families, it's something that I'm passionate about. Greyhound Adoption Days is a great way to meet your new best mate. To find out the next adoption day, go to gapnsw.com.au.
You won't find a friendlier, easier to look after dog than a Greyhound. No wonder they're so popular. Every home is a Greyhound home. Adopt today at gapnsw.com.au.
Our Gap Greyhounds are really good-natured. The great thing about getting your new best mate from Gap is that they've all been carefully assessed and socialised with other dogs. They're actually couch potatoes, so they're great for families and working couples and work well with pets and home environments.
Set, ready, racing, driving the rails. It's tight through the first turn.
One race, one winner, $1 million.
Witness history being made. The TAB $1 Million Chase, Wentworth Park, September 24. You know the score. Stay in control, gamble
For
responsibly.
Dapto local Blake Gatt, these kind of loving interactions weren't always guaranteed. Now, Blake is the proud owner and co-trainer of several greyhounds with Dad Gary. But the father-son partnership was lucky to begin after a freak accident 10 years ago changed Blake's life forever.
I was just at a mate's house for a barbecue, and unfortunately my best mate's dad's bobcat tipped over, and I happened to be in the wrong spot at the wrong time.
The machine crashing down upon Blake, breaking his C5 and C6 vertebrae and rendering him a quadriplegic.
Early on, it was tough, learning a whole new way of life, learning to basically live again. It was very hard.
And although it's been 10 years, the pain of that day still lingers large for Dad Gary.
Just brings back thoughts of that day. How Blake was.
But sometimes out of great adversity comes great opportunity. A father-son bond strengthened through a common love, greyhound ownership and training the new source of Blake's affection and attention, even though Gary admits he didn't have much idea to begin with.
I wasn't really thinking about greyhounds. We used to go fishing a lot early days. It's just been good. It keeps us together, it gives us something to talk about.
Blake had always been a keen chasing fan, but it wasn't until he won a bit of money on the punt that he took a risk and bought his first dog.
His kennel name was Trevor, but his racing name was McDiesel, and he won 9 races and about $20,000, and he was really the perfect first dog.
I still remember that day coming back from the 365 box. Everyone at the track knew it was his dog. There must have been 20 people around there congratulating him, that's what it's all about.
Diesel comes back. I think Diesel come back to beat Riverview Driver.
The kennel has now grown to home the likes of free-for-all bitch Mac Olga and 3-time winner Charging Tracy, with Blake and Gary sharing training tricks and tips on a daily basis.
We'll talk about what races are coming up, when we want to trial, do we slip track, do we trial them on the track, we look at times. I trialled some dogs this morning, or one dog this morning. Straight away I come home, showed him the time ticket.
So although the road ahead for Blake won't be easy, the greyhound industry and these dogs have given him passion and purpose each and every day.
I think it's just a great opportunity to young people to get in. You get a companion, your dogs become companions. You surround yourself by good people, and it's a good sport really. When your dog wins the race you set it for, it's very satisfactory. So it just gives me something to work for in life, so it's not all doom and gloom. You've got something to wake up for every morning basically.
Welcome back to Wentworth Park. Welcome back to our showcase coverage here on Greyhound Racing New South Wales, our live Facebook page, and also at thedogs.com.au. Race number 5 kicks off the quaddie. It's also the second semi-final of the TAB $1 Million Chase. The favourite is Good Odds Cash at $2.30 in front of Ibrox Wildfire for Billy Dance at $3.25. Then the inside two runners, Aglan Loy for Jay Alpatea at $4.30 and Zara's Ivan also at that $4.30 quote. And then we've got roughies in the field, Lime Rock Park, Country Double, Shea, and also Victor Sinet. And look, we've seen Good Odds Cash overcome tricky gates in the tricky boxes in the past, I should say, Timmy. She's got a really speedy beginner here in Lime Rock Park. I think she's going to get relief from Country Double on the outside, a big one-turn dog trained by the Casey family.
Yeah, she's a class act though, Duke. Good Odds Cash, she absolutely nailed the jump here in the National Sprint when she carved to the top. You're right, Lime Rock Park, brilliant beginner, good speed, straight tracker. Drawn box 4 or 5 is the ideal box for that Greyhound, so she's got to contend with her in those, first 30 or 40 metres. Ibrox Wildfire has got a bit of speed. Anglin Luai should be punching up from the rails alley, and Zara's Ivan, who is desperate for an inside draw. He did make the Golden Easter egg final here back in early April. He's got a touch of quality about him, Zara's Ivan.
Yeah, look, and we saw Zippy Tesla do it last week. I think it won at start 7 at Wentworth Park. And Zara's Ivan, he's having start 9 tonight. It hasn't won in 8 starts here. It's run 5 minors.
Exactly, Duke. He's run some really, really good races and went down narrowly a couple of times. And the big thing with him in this race, he has drawn the inside box number 2. So he's right in this race up to his ears.
All right. Greyhounds are in the preview area here at Wentworth Park for the first leg of the quaddie. And Frankie Hurst is the trainer of Good Odds Cash. Aglan Law, as I said, trained by young Jay Alpatea. It ran a career best run last week, Timmy, of 29.65.
And career best run when it does matter from the inside alley. He did it from box 6 here last Saturday night. Look, he's a capable greyhound. He's on the rise. He's been in the money in 9 of his 15 runs around here. Look, he could easily punch up and hold the lead, Duke. If he does, we know he's got the time in him to win this race.
All right, earlier tonight, Mick Cowley caught up with Frankie Hurst, the trainer of the Group 1 National Sprint Champion, Good Odds Cash.
Frank, how's the preparation been this week with Good Odds Cash?
It's been good, actually. I think she hasn't had a run since the last start here, but she's gone up the hill a few times and that, so she's fit enough. She had a nice bath and all that, and she's relaxed and happy.
Any concerns with that last start? She didn't jump as cleanly as what she can do, but I guess that's just one of those things.
I think it was just one of them things, mate. She had a big week the week before and that, who knows.
You are one man who knows what it's like to win a semi-final for $1 million chase. How are the nerves for you?
Oh, not being smart, mate. It's just another race. It's nothing till next week.
The key, obviously, is the jump tonight. She's got Lime Rock Park drawn inside, a pretty quick beginner. You'd love to see her just step out of the boxes.
Oh, I'd love to see her in front, mate, and them chasing her. That'd be the perfect scenario.
But I guess she showed in that Nationals final she doesn't have to lead to win either.
No, she's come from behind and won races, She doesn't need to, as you say, she doesn't need to lead. She's a tough competitor, She tries her guts out, no matter whether she's in front or coming from behind. So she just copped too much abuse last week. Thing ran her off, then another thing got her, They just abused her all the way around.
Hopefully it's an easy ride tonight, Frank.
Thanks very much.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
All right, Frankie Hurst there with Good Odds Cash. And Ibrox Wildfire is the on top tip from the dogs at $3.40, $2.35 for Good Odds Cash, $4 Aglan Loy, $4.40 about Zara's Ivan. Let's go through them runner by runner. And as I said, Aglan Loy, Timmy, 29.65, a PB at its last start here when it beat Mixed Expeditious. That was a grade 5, rises in class tonight.
Certainly does, Duke, but he's got the ability to figure right in the finish here. 29.65 here last week, drawn box number 1. He's got a good record from the inside alley. He's a genuine winning chance.
To the checks is Zara's Ivan. As I said, an 8 starts here at Wentworth Park. It's only run the 5 minors, but it's got a 29.73 PB, which came from box number 1. That was during the Golden Easter Egg Series.
Yeah, he's a desperate railer, Duke, so he's well drawn in box number 2. He made the Golden Easter Egg final. He had a wide draw on that occasion. As you mentioned, he's been in the money in 5 of his 8 runs here, yet to win, but I think he's one heck of a chance in this one.
3 the wide is Ibrox Wildfire for Billy Dance and his wife Kath. Look, she's been a gallant little bit. She's had 15 starts here at Wentworth Park, 6 wins, 7 seconds, 1 third. She's only missed a check once.
I'll tell you what, and I like a little preparation here, Duke. She won here at Wentworth Park running 29.72 3 runs ago, and then she went to Maitland for a little tune-up, winning in quick time before finishing runner-up behind Zipping Maserati in 25 dead at a latest run. She's well drawn in box number 3. She's got a railer in 2, a wide runner in box number 4. With a clean start, she should get fresh air in the first 50 or 60 metres.
The danger for her, Timmy, is number 4, and that is Lime Rock Park, who's got a stack of early zip. Comes into this, ran 3rd behind Aston Brack in the regional final at Goulburn. It's had 2 starts here at Wenty. Hasn't won, hasn't run a drum at all. But it's got the potential to create a little bit of trouble in the early stages.
Yeah, certainly has. If she runs her straight line and gets a little wide of the first turn, which she has done in 2 runs here. She did run 5.39 first section here at Wentworth Park. That was back in April when she led and Zipping Maserati went on to win that race. She'll roll forward in the early stages. She could be the little hang-up for the favourite who we're about to see.
Yeah, number 5, the yellow, is Good Odds Cash. As I said, she's all class. She's a 7-time career winner here at Wentworth Park. 28 wins overall from 56 starts. She's got a best here of 29 of 53, which came from box 8. We've seen her overcome bad boxes in the past.
We sure have, Duke, and she's just a quality animal. Brilliant in the national sprint here a few weeks ago, leading all of the way. She toughed it out on that occasion. She was under pressure on the home turn, and then she dug in when it mattered, and she got the bob in when it counted to take out her first Group 1. She's in astute hands with Frank and Tracy. Of course, they've already won this race with Good Odds Harada. She is a deserved favourite.
6 the green is Country Double for Dean Casey and his family from the Northern Rivers, Doubtful Creek, up near Grafton. Last start winner at Casino, over the 300, running 17.06, but it is an 11-time career winner. Again, making its debut here at Wentworth Park. We don't know what we're going to get in the run to the first turn from Country Double.
Yeah, massive class rise here would be a big boil over if he was able to take it out. But it's good to see Dean with Country Double in town, and I'm sure they are thrilled to have a runner in a semi-final of the MDC.
Certainly would be. They are long-standing industry participants, the Casey family, so well done to them to getting a runner through. I'm sure it's, as I said, just a big thrill to be here on $1 Million Chase semi-final night. 7 the black is Shea for Jetta Cutlick up in Queensland, and well-performed chaser, 11 wins from 48 starts, but here at Wentworth Park it's had 2 runs in much easier company and hasn't performed at all.
Yeah, it come from Townsville to finish runner-up at a past couple of runs in Townsville. I'm sure Connections are thrilled to be here tonight. As you mentioned, failed in both runs here at Wentworth Park in much easier company, so she really does need to lift to another level tonight.
8 the pink is Victor Sinet. For those who don't know, Kevin Johnson is an absolute legend on the mid-north coast of New South Wales as far as breeding and training goes. He races the dogs with the Sinet suffix. Victor Sinet, this is the first time I've seen Kevin with a greyhound at Wentworth Park for many years, Timmy.
No doubt he will be elated to be walking the greyhound to the boxes tonight. From that outside alley, he's got his work cut out. He is yet to win from 3 runs from box number 8. Qualified through the Taree Regional Series and would be a major upset if he was able to take it out.
Yeah, he's currently at around that $50 or $80 mark, I think you'll find, for number 8, Victor Sinet. And again, as I say, they are, you know, we talk about people with longevity in their greyhound racing careers or with families going from generation to generation. You know, Kevin Johnson has said an absolute legend on the mid-north coast of New South Wales, and good luck to the Johnson family and Victor Sinet. All right, we are on the way to the boxes for the second semi-final of the $1 Million Chase. The favourite is Good Odds Cash. Currently around that $2.30, $2.50 mark. Timmy, you've gone with another Victorian.
I'm in the corner of Zara's Ivan. Beautifully drawn in box number 2, down near to the rails where he does want to be. He's capable of running the time required to win this race tonight. He should get clear room, clear air in the early stages with a clean getaway. I think he's got a tremendous chance at pretty good value, Duke.
All right, I was talking to Frank and Tracy Hurst on Wednesday night here at Wentworth Park, and I think I was probably a little bit more confident than what Frankie was about Good Odds Cash. But if there's a man who knows how to get greyhounds to win on big nights like this, it's Frank Hurst. And I'm sticking with Good Odds Cash. Look, she is the class runner of the race. She made the $1 Million Chase final earlier this year. She won the Group 1 National Sprint Championship here 2 starts back. Forgive her a last run when she struck trouble in the run to the first turn. I'm just thinking that the class will rise to the top here. And Good Odds Cash, can she make it through to her second $1 Million Chase final in 2022? The first semi-final was taken out by Gatlin in an amazing 29 and 28. What are they going to run in semi-final 2? We'll soon find out. This kicks off the quaddie. Here's Matt Jackson.
So runners are loading away well. Race number 5, the quaddie first leg, semi number 2. Favourite box 5, Good Odds Cash. She's getting out. She's 270 as the green light is turned on. 270 Good Odds Cash, 350 Ibrox Wildfire. They're set. They're racing. Good Odds Cash a touch slow. Ibrox Wildfire missed the start. Lime Rock Park leads to the first corner from Aglan Luai, who's got right up on the rail. There was a scrimmage back in the field and Good Odds Cash checked out of the race. Ibrox Wildfire railed up to third. Zara's Ivan fourth. Then Country Double Shay. Good Odds Cash last as Victor Sinet off the back straight, and Aglan Luai's got up on the inside and taken a slender lead. Lime Rock Park. Ibrox Wildfire's getting home. Zara's Ivan getting up on the inside, but it's Aglan Luai for rookie trainer Jay Opataya into the $1 Million Chase final. Aglan Luai beats Zara's Ivan and Ibrox Wildfire. Good Odds Cash luckless in fourth. Then Lime Rock Park, well back Country Double Shay and Victor Sinet. The time 29.98.
Jay Opataya, a young trainer from the central west of New South Wales. This will be a massive thrill for him to have a runner in the $1 Million Chase final next week as Aglan Luai runs 29.98. The numbers 1, 2, 3 and 5. Aglan Luai handled the inside to perfection, tracked the leader down the back straight, got underneath it and then held them all at bay.
He sure did, Duke, and as you said, Jay, won't he be over the moon? We spoke about making it through to the $1 Million Chase final next Saturday night earlier on in the night, and we joked about having sleepless nights ahead. Well, I'm sure Jay will over the next week or so. Quite remarkable. Great to see a young trainer get this guy through to the big final next week. He's always shown above average ability from the early days, and I wonder whether Jay ever thought he'd be lining up in an MDC final. I'm sure he hoped to, but now it is actually reality.
Well, as I said, Timmy, his last win here was a 29.65 career best victory in a grade 5 event. Previous to that, he'd finished second behind Mortified here. He went to Dubbo. He qualified through the Dubbo series there, finishing second in Nenga Chief. We're going to hear from him now as he talks to Mick Cowley about what a thrill it is to be in a $1 Million Chase final.
Joined by Jay Opataya, $1 Million Chase grand final. How's that sound?
Oh, it's unbelievable. I didn't think we'd be coming here, get winning it, but good.
Mate, what were the expectations coming into tonight's semi-finals?
Oh, I thought he'd be a chance, drawing the red. He just needed to jump and win, but yeah, it's a bit surreal now that it's happened.
Hey, tell us a bit about yourself. How long you been in the game?
I was just born into them. My family's always had them, so yeah, 19 years.
Mate, 19 and you've got a runner in a $1 Million race next week. That's pretty amazing in itself.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. He's a terrific dog. To get him this early, it's been terrific.
Mate, what's the week going to be like for you? Yeah, obviously there'll be some nerves. You're racing for $1 million, which is life-changing next week. You're 1 in 8 chance of doing it.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It'd be absolutely life-changing, and just try and hold my nerves together and keep doing the same thing I've been doing with him.
Will the family be a bit excited back home?
Yeah, they'll be over the moon, you know. Uncle and my cousin, we're all a family effort. We all train the dogs together, so they'll be home cheering.
Congratulations getting that far and good luck next week.
Thanks, mate. Thank you.
Well done, Jay. And 19 years of age, the Board family as well, closely connected with Jay. And boy, oh boy, not only does he train it, but he also owns Aglan Luai. And of course, the Luai, the suffix of that name, comes from the Penrith Rugby League player, Jerome Luai. And Jay Apatea finds himself with a runner in the $1 Million Chase final on Saturday week. So well done to him. Well done to Aglan Luai. We've now got 2 of the 8 spots. Phil Gatlin winning the first semi in 29.28. Aglan Luai in 29.98. The dividends 480 and 150 for Aglan Luai, 140 Zara's Ivan, 140 for Ibrox Wildfire. Good odds cash, favourite punter. She blew the Stark, struck trouble. She was spat out the back in the early stages of that run, and then she flashed home to finish 4th. The first 4 pays $103.60. So 2 down, 6 to go. $1 Million Chase night here at Wentworth Park. We're going to take a break, and then when we come back, we're going to have the box draw for the Group 2 Sydney Cup final on Saturday week.
Racing.
One race, one winner, $1 million.
Witness history being made. The TAB $1 Million Chase. You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
You won't find a friendlier, easier to look after dog than a Greyhound. No wonder they're so popular. Every home is a Greyhound home. Adopt today at gapnsw.com.au.
For me, animals have always been a big part of my life. For the dogs to find good families, it's something that I'm passionate about. Greyhound Adoption Days is a great way to meet your new best mate. To find out the next adoption day, go to gapnsw.com.au.
You won't find a friendlier, easier to look after dog than a Greyhound. No wonder they're so popular. Every home is a Greyhound home. Adopt today at gapnsw.com.au.
Our Gap Greyhounds are really good-natured. The great thing about getting your new best mate from Gap is that they've all been carefully assessed and socialised with other dogs. They're actually couch potatoes, so they're great for families and working couples and work well with pets and home environments.
You won't find a friendlier, easier to look after dog than a Greyhound. No wonder they're so popular. Every home is a Greyhound home. Adopt today at gapnsw.com.au.
Greyhounds are awesome pets. I've adopted one myself. Salumo, my Greyhound, she's amazing. Got a lovely nature and they're low maintenance. Greyhounds don't need a lot of exercise and work well with pets, and they don't shed much fur.
You won't find a friendlier, easier to look after dog than a Greyhound. No wonder they're so popular. Every home is a Greyhound home. Adopt today at gapnsw.com.au.
Set, ready, racing, driving the rails. It's tight through the first turn.
One race, one winner, $1 million.
Witness history being made. The TAB $1 Million Chase, Wentworth Park, September 24. You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
Welcome back to Wentworth Park. It is, of course, $1 Million Chase semi-final night. We've had 2 semi-finals conducted already. Gatlin and Aglan Luai will both race off for $1 million next Saturday night. They'll be joined by 6 other semi-finalists as well. Let's take a look at the market for the third of the semi-finals, and a very important box comes up for Orchestrate, the first reserve, who gets a start from box number 1. He's well and truly in the market at $3.20. Zipping Alabama for the all-conquering John Finn Kennel at $2.75, and then we go out to Coast Model for Andy Lord at $3.90. That is the third semi-final of the TAB $1 Million Chase to be staged on Saturday week. We had 3 heats of the Group 2 Sydney Cup conducted earlier tonight. Let's head inside the grandstand here at Wentworth Park. Timmy Newbold with a box draw.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. Downstairs with the box draw for the Group 2 Sydney Cup to be held here next Saturday night. $100,000 awaiting the winning connections in in alphabetical order. The qualifiers: Ariane Bale, Believe So, Corborn Magic, Gypsy Wyong making it through to another big one, OO Range, Super Estrella, the track record holder, Zipping Kansas, Zipping Virginia, First Reserve Moraine Susie, and Days of Thunder, the Queenslander, the second reserve. We have Dean Deegan from G-Wick here conducting the box draw with the trusty old banjo for the Sydney Cup next Saturday night on MDC final night. $100,000 to the winner, the track record holder, Super Estrella. She is likely to be the favourite ahead of Zipping Kansas, who was outstanding, leading all of the way in 41.48 tonight. All eyes on where the 2 favourites will draw. Here we go, the Group 2 Sydney Cup, $100,000 to the winner.
3 is in box 5, Corborn Magic box 5.
Greyhound number 3, Corborn Magic, has drawn box number 5.
4 is in 4, Gypsy Wyong.
Gypsy Wyong, the 3-time Group 1 winner, has drawn box number 4.
6 is in 1, Super Estrella box 1.
Super Estrella, she'll run the favourite. She's drawn box number 1, the track record holder.
8 from 8. Zipping Virginia box 8.
Zipping Virginia, Greyhound 8 has drawn box number 8.
1 from 6.
Ariane Bale 6.
Ariane Bale, the Victorian, has drawn box 6.
5 from 2.
OO Range 2.
OO Range, the Queenslander, has drawn box number 2.
7 from 7.
Zipping Kansas has drawn wide again. He has drawn box 7. Zipping Kansas, a 41.48 winner tonight.
And 2 from 3.
Believe So 3.
And Believe So, Greyhound number 2, has drawn box number 3. So in box draw order for the Group 2 Sydney Cup, $100,000 to the winner. Number 1, Super Estrella, the track record holder. OO Range into Believe So 3. Gypsy Wyong 4. Corborn Magic 5. Ariane Bale, the Victorian, in 6. Zipping Kansas, he's drawn 7. Zipping Virginia in box number 8. Moraine Susie and Days of Thunder, the 2 reserves for the Group 2 feature next Saturday night, Duke. And after that box draw, there is no doubt the track record holder, Super Estrella, will run a very skinny favourite.
Thank you, Timmy. That is the box draw for the Group 2 Sydney Cup. And as he said, Super Estrella will start a short price favourite from box number 1. She'll get pace on her outside there with OO Range, who comes up with box 2. And Zipping Kansas, a 41.48 heat winner tonight. He draws out in box 7. That is the Group 2 Sydney Cup final to be staged on Saturday week. $100,000 going to the winner of that. And we'll speak about that a little bit later in the program. But right now, we're up to race number 6 on the card here at Wentworth Park. This is semi-final number 3, and Orchestrate, the Queensland chaser for leading Sunshine State trainer Tony Brett, starts from box number 1 following the scratching of Analysing, and it is second pick in the market at $3.20. Orchestrate finished 3rd here last week behind Father Rick at its debut performance at the track. Zipping Alabama at $2.75, Coast Model at $3.90. Zipping Alabama was a brilliant winner here last Saturday night. Let's hear her thoughts as she speaks with Mick Cowley.
Alabama in the next semi-final of the $1 Million Chase. Been a revelation these last few weeks, hasn't she?
Yeah, no, very surprising. We always knew if she could come out of a box that she'd run some time, and don't know what's got into her head, but the last 2 weeks she's come out good.
29.3 last week. That must have even been beyond your imagination.
Yeah, no, I didn't think she'd go that quick, but she did, so yeah, well and good.
Was it always the plan to put her in this series, or because she ran the 29.5 you thought I may as well have a throw?
Yeah, no, that's right. We put her in and she ran 29.52, so we were going to go to Richmond over the 600, but then we thought, oh, we'll give her a crack because you can only get one 600 every 3 weeks, and yeah, she's here tonight again.
Is a dog like Coast Model probably one of the dangers for you?
I'm not really sure. I haven't really looked at them. I don't really study the form. I don't have time.
I guess as long as she's going well, the key would obviously be as long as she steps again.
Oh, yeah, no, she'd have to step. She'd have to be up near the lead to be a chance. Yeah, let's hope she can come out again.
Fingers crossed, good luck.
Thank you.
Zipping Panama will start from box 3. Let's go through them runner by runner. Number 1 is Orchestrate for Tony Brett, being handled by Jason Magri. As I said, Timmy finished third here on debut last Saturday night, going 29.95.
And he didn't have a great deal of luck either, Duke. He was punching forward, looking for the lead. He was sandwiched between runners. He got a few bumps. His run to finish third was outstanding in the end for a Greyhound who is a front runner. He's beautifully drawn in box number 1 here. He's got a wide runner, speedy Greyhound in box 2.
Yeah, and that Greyhound is Vamoose for Susan Smith and Johnny Miles. It had its first run here at Wenny, better known over the shorter courses, although it has gone blistering time at the Gardens at 29.39, but more suited to 400 metres and a big one-turn track.
Yeah, you're spot on there, Duke, but gee, didn't he run a bottle of a race when finishing third behind Zipping Alabama last week, running 29.82. Look, I think he's a little rough place chance.
All right, 3 the white is Zipping Alabama, 29.52 2 starts back, 29.36 last week. Zipping Alabama comes up with box 3.
Wowee, and aren't the kennel on fire? If she comes out like she did last week, she's going to settle on the speed, and she is super strong. She'll be hard to hold out.
Nimble Lulu from box 4 qualified through Taree and then went to Grafton, won over the 660 for Sharon Gray.
Yeah, it is one of the roughies in the race. Would be a big upset to see her get the cash.
Black Chili for Amanda Brunson and Kenny Burnett. It's only had a couple of 500s in probably 12 months. Absolutely flew it narrow, going 29.48.
He sure did. He's had his issues coming through his whole career injury-wise, and they've done a terrific job with him all the way through, and it's great to see him lining up in this race tonight. Look, I think he would need to come out running from the 5 alley to get across the speed drawn on his inside.
Scramjet for Ronnie Asquith. I think Ronnie is 83 years of age, 83 years young, I should say. Won a free-for-all here, going 29.80. Qualified through the Garden Series when it ran second behind Fantastic Raven.
Yeah, Ronnie is thrilled to have Scramjet here tonight. Yeah, speedy type. I'd throw her into the wider multiples.
Turbo Cash for Neville Hand from Tamworth. This Greyhound's a 2-time winner here, 29.91. Comes up with an awkward draw in box 7, but
out of the money in his past couple of runs and needs sharp improvement.
Coast Model, of course, she ran second behind She's a Pearl in the $1 Million Chase final earlier this year. Again, I spoke with Andy Lord earlier this afternoon. He's worried about the box. She just doesn't seem to go as well as if she doesn't get clear air, is what I'm trying to say, from box 8. But if she comes out running and leads, she's certainly a genuine chance of winning.
Oh, absolutely. If she does get across and lead, I can't see them running her down because she can run the time required to win a race like this at 29.5s, 29.6s. She just needs to ping the leads to get across. I'm in the corner of Orchestrate, the Queenslander, perfectly drawn in box number 1 underneath the wider running Vermouth.
I'm banking on Coast Model stepping sweetly from the outside draw from box number 8. Coast Model has won twice, and look, she's run 29.58 here at Wentworth Park, albeit from the rails, but if she gets clear air early, she can burn the sand here at Wentworth Park. I'm banking on her getting that clear run into the first turn. This is race number 6, semi-final 3 of the $1 Million Chase. Here's Matt Jackson.
Coast Model, who of course was runner-up in May. Green light turned on. Semi number 3, race 6, favourite box 3. Racing now, Orchestrate slow to begin. Out fast, wide out, Coast Model, but Vamoose has got plenty of speed, and now Orchestrate drives up. But it's going to be Vamoose at the first corner who leads and kicks away on Orchestrate and Zipping Alabama getting up on the rails. To fourth is Black Chili, they're followed by Coast Model. Well back, Nimble Lulu, Scramjet and Turbo Cash. Zipping Alabama's got right up on the inside now, and she's taken the lead, and she's exploded away. Zipping Alabama sprinted 6 in front of Orchestrate. Zipping Alabama, a brilliant performance, beats Orchestrate and Vamoose Fourth, Black Chili from Newbold, then Coast Model, Wellback Turbo, Cash and Scramjet, the time 29.42.
You won't wipe the smile off Minnie Finn's face, will you? Zipping Alabama makes it 3 straight here at Wentworth Park. 29.52, 29.36, and now 29.42 to race her way in to the $1 Million Chase final and give the Finns 2 runners at a shot of $1 million.
Wow, hasn't she been a revelation in the past 2 or 3 weeks, Duke? Quite remarkable transformation when she was racing over the middle journeys and longer journeys back to the sprint trip, and she's never raced any better. That is an amazing performance. And when she got into third, a striking position down the back straight, there was only one greyhound you wanted to be on. We all know how strong she is, and she attacked the line. Gee, she's a major, major player in the big one next week.
What about the last 50 metres? She put 3 lengths on good dogs in the space of literally 50 metres. Sipping Alabama, as I said, 29 and 42. Minnie Finn, that smile is permanently planted on her face now.
It is a permanent smile on your face at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
You must be getting sick of talking to us.
No, I never get sick of talking to you.
That continues on the run with her. She's just absolutely flying at the moment. 29.5, 29.3, 29.4. Is there a secret? What has clicked with her, do you think?
I'd love to know myself. All we can put it down to, we gave her a bit of box work and all that, and she seems to be going in and going down a bit better, and she's coming out well.
When she got behind the leaders up the back, you must have been pretty confident.
Yeah, I was confident around the first turn when she slotted in behind the 9 and the 2.
2 runners through now. Our box draw will come up later tonight. Where would you like to see her in particular?
The inside, yeah. 1, 2 or 3.
And Gatlin?
4. Nah, it doesn't matter. As long as they're drawn all right, yeah.
Come here tonight with 3 live chances. You've got 2 straight through to the final. You must be pinching yourself.
Yeah, I am. I'm just hoping my boy can do it.
Good luck with the last one tonight.
Thank you.
And that boy that Minnie is talking about, of course, is Zipping Kyrios, who draws box number 8 in his semi-final. V for victory, 2 for 2. You might be holding up 3 fingers a little bit later, Minnie. And Zipping Alabama races her way, as I said, into the $1 Million Chase final on Saturday week here at Wentworth Park. Let's take a look at it. Look, she began okay, but then the pace came from Vermoose, Orchestrate underneath, Coast Model, but look at the sweet run she gets here.
She just popped over to the rails at that point, Duke. And here, she's the only one you wanted to be on. She is super, super strong. You knew Vermoose would stay where he was in the centre of the track. Were a couple of dogs off the inside, and the run just presented, and she went through, took it, and it was ta-da. And look at her here. Look at her the last 50 metres.
That's what I say. That last 50, Timmy, she's put 3 lengths on a good dog in Orchestrate. You know, it's again, look, go back 3 months, she was racing over the 700 metres.
Yeah, paws barely touched the loam in the last 30 or 40 metres. Gee, she monstered the line. And I'll tell you what, if she draws, particularly inside in the final, gee, it's going to have to, whatever's in front, because I can't imagine her leading, because she began well tonight, Duke, and you just saw in that first 50, 60 metres, she got outpaced.
Well, she couldn't lead Gatlin for a start.
That's right. So she got outpaced in the early stages. So box draw, I think, reliant to win the race.
1, 2,
1, 2, 3, even 4. If she can just pop on the rails and get that beautiful run through at the first turn like she did there, because, as I just mentioned, if you are rolling along in front, you're going to have to run 29.4 rolling along in front to hold her out, because she is peaking at the right time. She's right in the zone. And if you ever want them to be right in the zone, Duke, it's around MDC time.
She's by Superior Panama, the United States sire out of Zipping Caitlin, which makes her litter sister to Zipping Virginia, who, of course, will go around in the Group 2 Sydney Cup final over the 720. Alabama, well, Minnie said last week it was sweet Alabama. It certainly was. And that was her 19th career start, her 6th here at Wentworth Park. Zipping Alabama has raced her way into contention to take out the $1 Million prize on Saturday week. Okay, 3 down, 5 to go. Race 7 is the next one. And the trial tack touts have been spruiking French Martini in a post-to-post trial. For those who aren't aware of what a post-to-post trial is, you go back about 50 metres from the winning post. In a trial, they let the greyhound go. They clock the dog from the winning post to the winning post. 23.77 is what French Martini ran here last week in that post-to-post. Normally, Timmy, you add on their first section. So in her case, say worst way 5.50. Makes her running around 29.21. Well, I'll tell you what, after we saw Gatlin run that sort of time in the first semi, it's not inconceivable to think that if she does lead and get clear air, she can run that 29.2.
Absolutely, Duke, the way the track's playing tonight, and probably saying 5.50 to the mark is being conservative. You know, she could easily run 5.40, mid-5.30s if she does begin cleanly. Father Rick drawn on her outside should give her room to move. He does want to go a little right in the run to the first turn. So with a smart getaway, she's going to be awfully hard to beat on the back of that flying trial.
The first trainer I spoke to tonight at Wentworth Park, or it was this afternoon actually, was Jason Thompson, who's got plaintiff from box A. He told me the dog has not missed a beat. Has not missed a beat. He couldn't have him any better. He loves the draw, and he said if he gets beat, he'll be beaten on his merits, but he said he is absolutely spot on tonight.
Yeah, really. Well, we know what Jason, as a trainer, he's one of the greatest trainers the sport has ever seen, and by the sounds of that, he does sound supremely confident. He's another greyhound who's coming to this race tonight at the peak of his powers. He has been absolutely airborne in his last 4 or 5 runs, and he's got high speed. He's only had a couple of runs here. We didn't see the best of him here when he was here last time. He's had 3 runs. He's only been in the minors once. So, but he is going much better now than what he was then.
And of course, you've got the likes of Shipwreck in box 7, who's run 29.36 here, winning. This promises to be a sensational semi-final of the TAB $1 Million Chase. We'll dissect it even further and hear from Peter Lagosiani after this break.
Racing.
One race, one winner, $1 million.
Witness history being made. The TAB $1 Million Chase. You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
You won't find a friendlier, easier to look after dog than a greyhound. No wonder they're so popular. Every home is a greyhound home. Adopt today at gapnsw.com.au.
For me, animals have always been a big part of my life. For the dogs to find good families, it's something that I'm passionate about. Greyhound Adoption Days is a great way to meet your new best mate. To find out the next adoption day, go to gapnsw.com.au.
You won't find a friendlier, easier to look after dog than a greyhound. No wonder they're so popular. Every home is a greyhound home. Adopt today at gapnsw.com.au.
Our Gap Greyhounds are really good-natured. The great thing about getting a new best mate from Gap is that they've all been carefully assessed and socialised with other dogs. They're actually couch potatoes, so they're great for families and working couples and work well with pets and home environments.
Witness history being made. The TAB $1 Million Chase, Wentworth Park, September 24. You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
That is a very happy mini Finn. We've had 3 semi-finals conducted, 2 John and Minnie Finn runners have made it through to the final. Gatlin and then zipping Panama, sandwiched in between that Aglin Luai for 19-year-old trainer Jay Opatea. We're up to race number 7, semi-final number 4. French Martini, who took out the Group 3 ladies bracelet here in early May. She comes up with box 1. And of course, her trainer, Pete Lagosiani, has won $2 million chases in the past. He'll be hoping French Martini gives him a shot at making it number 3.
Joined by Pete Lagosiani, French Martini, box 1 in the next semi-final. Pete, how's she been? There's a lot of talk about that post-to-post last week.
Yeah, look, she's trialled brilliantly during the week. She pulled up enormous from it, and all systems to go for tonight. Drawn the red.
Right, first time out of the red for her. How do you think she'll go?
Well, we're going to find out come race 7. Look, I've been dreading not drawing it, so I've drawn it tonight. So here's to the Greyhound gods tonight.
Yeah, box 7's been the lucky box for your $1 million chases, but as you said, it's race 7, so you got the 7 in there somehow.
Yeah, it's always there. The 7. Look, coming back to box 1, look, it usually brings them out here at Wentworth Park. It can sometimes not bring them out, but look, she's on her toes, she's fresh, she's happy, she's well. We've done our job now. It's all up to her tonight.
You said a while ago that she was a $1 million chase sort of dog, and that certainly hasn't changed along the way, and she's basically ticked every box for you.
Yeah, no way, Mick. I have said it, and yeah, mate, and you're right. She's a $1 million chase dog. She just needs a bit of luck tonight, and hopefully we can be in the final next week, running for 100.
Good luck tonight, and fingers crossed you get box 7 in the final if you do get there.
Give me box 1 again.
Thanks, mate.
Pete the Painter, who took out the first running of the $1 million chase with Mystic Ride, and then one with Handsome Prince, a Tasmanian chaser. He just mentioned box 1 can either bring him out or it can cause him to miss it. We're not trying to put the mic on her, but it's so true when you speak to trainers like Pete, you speak to Andy Lord, you speak to those good trainers. Sometimes they're really hesitant about drawing the inside box when a Greyhound has never had it at this track before, and it's the first time she's had it here tonight, the first time she's had it in her career.
Yeah, Duke, but the big thing in this race, she has got box 2 in Father Rick, who should give her room to move. So even if she does dwell a fraction, she should be able to build up the revs and drive through and get every chance to lead by the first turn. We've mentioned this trial a couple of times tonight, the 23.77 post to post. So if she arrives here in that type of form and she gets the fresh air in the early stages, which I think she will, she's clearly the one to beat.
She's been heavily supported, 290 into 215. That trial was well documented. It was put out on social media posts, so there were plenty of people that knew about it when the markets went up. And as I said, I think they may have even touched $3 with her, but she's been smashed. Plaintiff from box number 8 is second pick in the market at $275. Those two runners, they look as if they're the ones that are going to set the hot pace in the run to the first turn.
Sure do, Duke. French Martini and Plaintiff, they've both got high speed with clean getaways. They should charge through that first turn together. Interesting to see where Shipwreck will end up in the run. Remarkably, here at Whitworth Park, when he did put that 29.30 odd run on the board, his only run here, he came out running from his wide alley, but that's not normally his go. He really gets mustering. He musters after balancing up, and he's super, super strong at the end of his races. So interesting to see how he will come out tonight. Of course, he's coming into the race on the fresher side. He hasn't been seen since the 21st of August at Grafton, Duke, so maybe this was a play by his trainer Ned Snow to bring him to Whitworth Park fresh, hoping he does come out like he did at his only other run here.
Yeah, and prior to that start at Grafton, he'd finished down the track in the national sprint final at Albion Park, the Queensland final, but we've only got to go back, as say, 4 starts, and that's when he ran his 29.32 here at Wentworth Park. There is 8 the pink, and that is Plaintiff for Jason Thompson. Again, Jason's career in greyhound racing, another that is well documented. He's won the biggest races, with the exception of $1 million chase, but Plaintiff, a 14-time career winner from 24 starts, absolutely airborne, running track record or near track record times at its last 4 or 5 starts, qualified through the Temora regional final.
And he's got a good record from wide alleys. He's been in the money in all 5 runs. We've seen him here 3 times. We haven't seen the best of him in those 3 runs, but he comes back now. When you want to come back at a $1 million chase semi-final in peak form, he'll be ready to rock and roll. And what you said earlier, Jason is supremely confident.
1, 7, 8 and 2, the tips from the dogs. Let's go through them runner by runner. Number 1, French Martini. We've spoken about that post-to-post trial. 2 starts back. She won at Gosford, which was the regional final, going 29.44. Her career highlight, that Group 3 ladies bracelet win here in early May, going 29.46.
And she ran an opening section of 5.38 on that occasion from box number 5. If she runs 5.38 or thereabouts tonight to the first split, she will be leading. If she leads, she'll be running 29.3 in front.
Father Rick, trained by Ray Webster for his wife Sharon, who's handling tonight. A 29.74 winner last week. That was a career best performance here. That was his 4th victory in town.
Yeah, racing, as you said, in great form, career best form. He'll roll forward in the early stages. He looks a place chance for mine.
Here's the fairy tale story of this $1 million chase semi-final. A fair bit for Grant Dunphy. Qualified through the series at the Gardens when it finished 3rd behind Fantastic Raven. Lines up for start 141 tonight. Grant would be thrilled just to be here on this occasion.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. He's only won the 6 races in his career. This would be the biggest boilover I think we've ever seen in MDC semi-finals, although it might challenge them Beatus, who did make the final here in May. But look, it's great for Grant to have a fair bit in this race.
Andrew Rowe, again, a long-time participant in the sport, and it'd be great to see Rowie get a runner through. Sonic Oak finished 2nd here last week behind Zipping Lyris. 5 placings from 10 starts here at Wenny. Yet to crack it for a win. Wouldn't it be good for him to do it tonight?
It would be, Rowie. He's a lovely fellow, Rowie, and to see him get one through to the MDC final, it would be a career highlight. Tricky draw, place chance at best for mine.
Joseph's Coat can show pace from a middle draw. It was one of 3 runners that Ashley Dwyer qualified through the Bathurst Regional Final. A last start 2nd here behind a very, very smart up-and-comer in Zipping Orlando.
Yeah, running 30 and 14 on that occasion, but this is a much, much tougher assignment tonight. Prepared to risk.
Number 6, the green, is Corborn Hooper for Benny Talbot of Wagga, and again this greyhound qualified through that series there. $101 in betting markets for Corborn Hooper.
Coming into this race on the fresher side, but hard to have, Stu.
Number 7, Shipwreck from Queensland for trainer Ned Snow. As we said, Timmy, it's only had the 1 start here. It was from a wide draw, came out humming and ran 29.32 on a track where they weren't running 29.3s.
He is a real weapon, capable of running blistering times wherever he goes. He's run 29.50 odd around Albion Park, which is absolutely airborne. Coming into this race on the fresher side, he will need to begin with plaintiff drawn on his outside, but if he does get across, he is a big player.
And of course, 8 the pink is plaintiff for Jason Thompson. Been in absolutely outstanding form, and as I mentioned, I spoke with Jason earlier this afternoon. He said he couldn't have the dog any better.
Well, that is a really good push from Jason. As you mentioned, he is airborne. I'm in the corner of French Martini from that gun alley. If she steps, I think she can hold the lead and run 29.30 odd or thereabouts. Be awfully hard to run down.
I'm with French Martini as well. Now into red figures at $1.95 on the dog's odds. French Martini from box number 1. 2nd pick in the market is Plaintiff, and 3rd pick is Shipwreck. This is semi-final number 4. So far, 3 semis taken out by New South Wales-based trainers and owners. Who will win? Semi 4, Matt Jackson will tell us more.
Father Rick. Last of them coming in. Race 7. This is semi-final number 4. Green light is turned on. Lures on its way. Favourite box 1, French Martini. They're set. They're racing. She stepped well enough, French Martini. She'll go through. She'll lead it to the first corner. Plaintiff carves over now. And Plaintiff has found the lead from French Martini. Up to 3rd, Father Rick, and 4th, Shipwreck on the inside. Plaintiff got very deep. They're followed by Joseph's Coat. Well back, Father Rick, Corborn Hooper, and check right out of the race is Sonic Oak. Off the back straight now, French Martini went through to hit the lead from Plaintiff, and there followed then back to the inside by Father Rick, but French Martini's raced away, and French Martini has won it by 6 to Plaintiff. Photo third, Father Rick or Shipwreck. They're followed in then by Joseph's Code. Well back in the field, Corborn Hooper, a fair bid, and Sonic Oak has failed to finish. The time around 29.50.
Peter Lagosiani will be looking to create history again on Saturday week when he lines up French Martini in the $1 Million Chase final. Of course, he's the only trainer to have won 2 $1 Million Chase finals with Mystic Ride and also with Handsome Prince. We've got some happy owners. We'll have a happy trainer. Look, Plaintiff led into that first turn, Timmy. Nearly hit the outside fence. He just didn't handle that run.
Yeah, he hasn't really handled Wentworth Park, Duke, in all of his 4 runs now. We know what he can run when, you know, on the tracks where he does love down in Victoria, but he just hasn't handled Wentworth Park. He was coming across, he went to the top, and he just crabbed around that first turn into the back, and French Martini, she drove up on the rail, she took control. At that point, he couldn't run her down. She's got strength on her side. Oh, geez. Can you believe Peter Lagosiani has got another one into a $1 Million Chase final and a genuine winning chance? It doesn't really matter wherever she draws, Duke. She'll be one of the favoured runners.
Well, he's won $2 Million Chases from box number 7. We'll have it the box draw a little bit later tonight. Mick Cowley is with Peter Lagosiani trackside.
Is this number 3?
Number 3. Here we come. They said lightning doesn't strike 3 times. So they told me lightning doesn't strike twice. We proved that wrong. With God on our side next week, let's hope we can prove that we can make it strike 3 times.
What were your thoughts when she got a bit skittled here on the first turn?
Shit. Simple as that. And look, she showed her true tenacity. She just, you know, Jason's dog got on the outside of her and it ran wide, ran the top turn there, and she just got underneath it. She just showed what she can do. She chased. That's all she does.
It's a while ago now that you actually mentioned that this is a $1 Million Chase type of dog. You know, you've proven that. You're into the final now. What was the inkling early on that made you think that?
Well, funny you say that. I said to Adam and family, I said, I've had a good dog in the kennel called Beast Unleashed, and he was the best I've ever had, and she's the female version of him. So that says it all.
And it does say it all. He was a superstar.
He was, mate, and he's creating a bit of a scene at stud now. So, look, taking nothing away from her, mate. She's a little beauty, mate, and she draws right next week. Hey, we're running and raising for $1 million.
Box draw. Would you like number 7? You've done it twice out of 7.
No, give me the 1. Bloody oath, give me the 1.
Mate, the 1 kind of saved her a bit. It almost brought her undone, but it also kind of saved her a bit tonight as well.
It certainly did. Yeah, look, like I said, she chases, and dogs that chase, look, it doesn't matter what box they're coming from. She just lacks that little bit of early brilliance that the other dogs might have. But, you know, if she's sitting anywhere near him in the home straight, she'll show what she can do.
You mentioned, Adam, the owners. I remember you had a dog, Lockmaster, was what might have been the first one that you had with them. They've stuck with you and they've been rewarded now.
Oh, mate, brilliant owners. You know, they get on the piss every night, and he rings me. He rings me at midnight. My wife thinks, who's that ringing you? So that's Adam. Sorry, Jody, but it's Adam ringing me. So he loves it. The whole family love it, and it's a great family affair. It's a great little story, you know, how they picked these dogs and how they got them reared, and they carry around their little collar that she had when she was rearing, and that's their good luck charm. And we had an Irish visitor come and they gave us a 4-lift clover tonight, so it's pretty good.
You've always got a story with your dogs. It's good to hear.
We certainly do.
Mate, congratulations. Good luck at the box draw tonight and good luck next week.
Cheers, mate. Thanks, guys. Good luck to all.
Mick Cowley with Pete Lagosiani there, and as I said, he'll be striving to win his 3rd $1 Million Chase with French Martini when she lines up in the final next week. She certainly ran up to that post-to-post. Again, Plaintiff just running wide at that first turn, cost himself victory because he was humming. He ran a 5, I think it was a 43 or 48 first split. Here's the replay. Look at him carve across. She pushes up the track a tiny little bit. The black gets checked there. That's Shipwreck. He's 2 in front of her there, Timmy.
Yeah, he just crabbed around that first turn. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't pull up 100%, or he just does not handle Wentworth Park. And we've seen dogs come here, very, very quick animals, Duke, and they just don't handle Wentworth Park. It does happen. He's stuck on solid here. finishing runner-up, and he'll go through to the consolation here next Saturday night. But if he can improve or adapt to Wentworth Park, look, he's a very, very quick animal, and on the lure you would imagine he'd just run 29.3, 29.4, but all honours to French Martini. She just drove up. She got cross, but she drove up, took control, and yeah, there he is. He's a great promoter too, Pete, of the industry. He's never ever too busy to talk to anyone for a radio interview, TV interview, and it's good to see that he's into another big one, another $1 million chase final, and wow, wouldn't it be remarkable?
It would be.
And he's...
We've only had 4 runnings.
Yeah, and he's
won 2 of them.
And it's the only greyhound he's got in the series.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's quite remarkable. And look, as you said, you know, you talk about a sense of timing, and that's what the good trainers do, Timmy. They place their dogs to perfection. They time their runs to perfection. And he gave her the little freshen up. He brought her here last Saturday night. The club organised special trials for trainers that were going in the Masters media and also the $1 million chase. And she ran that 23.7 post to post.
He knows his greyhounds. He knows what he's got. He gave her a little freshen up for it tonight. It was perfect. He's always had, and I'm not talking out of school here, a massive, massive rap on her. And I would dare say, probably early days, his opinion was she could be the best he's ever trained. They headed to Newcastle and they took out the Robert Smith Memorial.
Going just outside track record time.
On debut, and then backed it up to take out the final. And yeah, from day dot, he's had an almighty opinion of her. And well, will she bring him his 3rd MDC? We'll know in, 8 nights' time.
Will she bring Peter Lagosiani his 3rd MDC? Will She's a Pearl give Andy Lord and Jodie Lord their 2nd MDC within the space of 5 months? She is currently at $1.66 in favourite. It's been a stack of money here for Zipping Maserati at $2.20 from the outside draw now with Marty Hallinan. And then we go to He's on Fire, who led up She's a Pearl here last week. It's a $12 chance from box number 3. The burning question is, can She's a Pearl win her 2nd $1 million chase in 2022?
She's a Pearl to bounce the favourite box 4. She's adrift to 175. $5 Coast Model, $6.50. Good odds cash. The green light is turned on. The long wait is over. The time is now. They're set and they're racing. She's a Pearl. She nailed the start. Straight to the lead. And she's 2 lengths in front going through the first corner. Photo Man to second. Good odds cash into some trouble, and Coast Model getting up on the rails. They're followed then by Richard Honor. Next came Rinka Riley, Doonan, Good Odds Cash. And last is Tempedes, but it is She's a Pearl in full flight at the home turn. She led it by 6 on Coast Model. Richard Honor getting up on the inside, but this is greatness from a champion. She's a Pearl wins the $10 million chase. Beats Coast Model and Richard Honor. 4th in Photo Man. They're followed by Doonan, Rinka Riley, Good Odds Cash, and Zambides. The time, 29.32. She is an all-time great in rarefied air.
That feels great. That feels real good.
She's an absolute freak. You must love this dog.
I love her. She's great. Fantastic.
Now, I don't know what to say about her. I mean, you always, as I said, the bubble had to burst sooner or later, but it still hasn't, and she's a freak.
And she has taken out the world's richest greyhound race. The $1 million chase, $1 million to the winner with She's a Pearl, whose prize money now goes to in excess of $1.3 million. She sets a new race record for the TAB $1 million chase, and She's a Pearl makes it 12 straight wins in a row, and there is no question that she is the best greyhound in Australia at the moment.
Racing.
1 race, 1 winner, $1 million.
Witness history being made. The TAB $1 million chase. You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
You won't find a friendlier, easier to look after dog than a Greyhound. No wonder they're so popular. Every home is a Greyhound home. Adopt today at gapnsw.com.au.
For me, animals have always been a big part of my life. For the dogs to find good families, it's something that I'm passionate about. Greyhound Adoption Days is a great way to meet your new best mate. To find out the next adoption day, go to gapnsw.com.au.
You won't find a friendlier, easier to look after dog than a Greyhound. No wonder they're so popular. Every home is a Greyhound home. Adopt today at gapnsw.com.au.
Our Gap Greyhounds are really good natured. The great thing about getting your new best mate from Gap is that they've all been carefully assessed and socialised with other dogs. They're actually couch potatoes, so they're great for families and working couples and work well with pets and home environments.
Set, ready, racing, driving the rails. It's tight through the first turn.
One race, one winner, $1 million.
Witness history being made. The TAB $1 Million Chase, Wentworth Park, September 24. You know the score. Stay in control, gamble responsibly.
All right, we are here at Wentworth Park. There's plenty of trepidation coming into this next race. This was the previous race. French Martini blitzing them and giving Pete Lugosiani a chance to win his third $1 million chase. It's a scene we've seen a few times here before. Battler Pete raising his arms in triumph. And there he is with Mick Cowley, and we heard from Pete with Mick a little bit earlier tonight. And of course, French Martini, as Timmy said, she won the Robert Smith Memorial Maiden this Saturday week. Some lucky patron on course will get a chance to win $1 million as well. Forget about the $1 million chase. What about the $1 million giveaway? You have to be trackside at Wentworth Park to win a chance at getting that $1 million. We're excluded from it. We looked at every possible way of terms and conditions of whether or not we could buy a ticket. But if you're trackside, you can buy a ticket next Saturday night, and that gives you a chance to go into the draw. If you get drawn out, you then...
Can family win?
I don't think so. I think T's and C's say families, relations, third cousins and all that. $1 million giveaway on Saturday week, $1 million chase night. So for both humans and canines. As said, she's a pearl. If she wins tonight, she will eclipse Fanta Bale's all-time stakes earning record. She draws box 6 in race 8, the upcoming race. Her handler, Paul Mills, is speaking with Mick Cowley.
Paul, exciting time. Trying to go back-to-back with She's a Pearl. Andy said last week she was 75%. How is she looking this week?
Yeah, a lot better, She gives you confidence more because she's feeling that much better and things are coming to hand a lot better and getting on top of things, so, yep.
And I guess that's the thing, you're getting the signs that she's improved from that run last week as well?
Yeah, just over little niggly things and you can see it when she's in herself, you know what I mean, like emptying out tonight, ripping up the grass and feeling so much better and yeah, and she'll only benefit again from tonight if she can get through.
Hey, that was a pretty special win last week, the way she was knocked over at the first turn.
Yeah, she doesn't have to ping them, and you know that everyone knows that she can ping them, but she's got plenty of heart and that's why she's so good, I think, because she's such a race dog and got plenty of guts, like she did get turned sideways, so it was a big effort after that and probably, you know, she's only first 500 for quite some time, so to get turned sideways and chase them down and yeah, big run.
Hopefully it's an easier ride tonight, she can ping to the front.
Yeah, as long as she qualifies, but it'd be lovely to see her ping like she can, so I can't see why she can't.
Good luck tonight with her.
Thank you very much, Stuff.
Paul Mills, who is the kennel rep for Andy and Jodie Lord, and the champ, She's a Pearl, will start from box 6. She's currently at 166. She got out to $1.90. I showed you the phone earlier, Timmy. I couldn't believe it. Andy believes that she's 90% right. Going back to what she was doing when she was running 29 threes. If she comes out running, she can make her own luck, as we've seen so many times on 4. He's on fire from box 3. Actually led her up last week. And he is a greyhound that has got early pace. Zipping Maserati from box 8 got a good record from the outside draw, but all eyes will be on She's a Pearl at box rise.
Sure will be, Duke. And yeah, as Millsy has mentioned, she was, and you mentioned earlier, 75% right last week, better this week. Did get out to a very backable price earlier at $1.90. She is a brilliant beginner. She's got that amazing speed. No issues at all with the draw. I think she's perfectly drawn 4 through to 8, where she can just take her time, just carving across rather than any pressure driving, any pressure coming down from the outside if she's got an inside draw. And coming into this series, Duke, I don't think there was any doubt. She was below par at Goulburn. She bombed the jump in the final. She never got into it. She wanted to shift at the first turn. So there was a bit of query coming into the city qualifiers last Saturday night. But
and there were excuses. She came into season. And look, the seasons can change the mentality of particularly of a bitch, obviously. She then did a hip support. Then she got tonsillitis during that Goulburn series and that. So there were excuses for her. Look, she's been beaten once, I think, in the last 15 starts, isn't it, or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Something ridiculous.
You've got to forgive them, one run or something like that, and that's the case with her. That if she's 90% right tonight, she can win this race.
Oh, without a doubt. If she's 90% right, she runs 29.4, and she wins the race. So at the end of the day, if this race was probably run 3 months ago, she'd probably be $1.20.
Absolutely.
So you're getting $1.70 or thereabouts.
If there were any queries about her mental toughness, it was last week right here, Timmy, where she gets turned sideways. She's 4 or 5 off the leader. I know it wasn't it's not a Group 1 race. It was a city qualifier of the $1 Million Chase. But if there were any doubts about her head, she dispelled them last week.
Yeah, spot on. She was entitled to get beat around that first turn and basically say, leave me out of this. She got a few bumps, and even through the first turn, she nearly got dragged down again. And then she showed grit, determination to reel in the leader, who isn't overly strong, but she's still run 29.86 off the lure. On the lure, she's running 29.5, and that is what she will be running tonight if she does get to the top, or possibly even quicker with how the track is playing.
She's won 16 of 20 starts here at Wentworth Park. She won the Group 1 Golden Easter Egg. Then she took out the $1 Million Chase final from box number 6. She's a pearl. Look, she's only won the 1 from 4, but who cares? She's an absolute superstar when she's right, and let's hope she's right tonight, because if she wins, she becomes the all-time stakes earner, and if she wins, she goes into Saturday week as the defending champion, trying to win 2 $1 million races in the space of literally 4 months. All right, let's take a look at them runner by runner. Number 1, My Boy Rockin', came through the Wagga series for Brian and Joanne Smith. Tough task, even though it comes up with a red.
The inside, Duke, he's been in the money in all 6 runs. He did, as you mentioned, come through the Wagga Regional Series. From that inside alley, he could definitely get into the minor money. I'd be throwing him into the wider exotics.
Tickle Me Elsie for Sharon Gray, the second of 2 runners that Sharon's had here at Wenty tonight. Nimble Lulu ran 4th in the previous race. Tickle Me Elsie came through Taree. Has put good time on the board at the Gardens as well.
Yeah, and over the 600 metres, dropping back in journey from her latest run at the Gardens over that middle trip. Did qualify, as you said, through the Taree final. It was a really bunched finish on that occasion, but I know Sharon, she'll be absolutely ecstatic to be lining up with this little girl here tonight.
Number 3, the white, he's on fire for Alan Manwaring, a former South Australian chaser who was winning over the 350 metres at Murray Bridge only 3 starts back.
Geez, he showed a great turn of speed to lead. She's a pearl here last Saturday night. He ran 5:38 early. If he does run that section again tonight, he's going to be in front or vying for the lead. He hasn't got that much early speed drawn underneath him. He has now got a room to move with the Greyhound on his outside scratch. So he's on fire. I think he is a little play here, Duke. I don't think he can win the race, but if you are looking for a play outside the 2 favourites, I think he's a great place chance here. Currently around the even money or a little bit better, because he'll be vying for the lead and he'll run a cheeky race on the lure.
Number 10, Who Told Shorty for Brendan Purcell, goes into box number 4.
Yeah,
one of the roughies in the race.
Yeah, he's only had the one run here, Duke, and he failed at that run that was here last week. He would need a career PB.
Charlie's Misty came through the Broken Hill series of the $1 Million Chase. Greyhound, no stranger to Wentworth Park, formerly trained by Johnny and Minnie Finn. 8 starts here, 1 win, 4 minors.
Yeah, but that was all in much easier company than this. Can't knock her recent form. She's been ultra consistent, but this is another league tonight.
The champ, She's a Pearl, currently $1.70. She will wear the green rug. As I said, she won a city qualifier last week in 29.86. That was her first 500, Timmy, for nearly 4 months.
And Strip's a hell of a lot fitter tonight. She'll be cherry ripe or near enough to it. She only needs to be, as we mentioned earlier, 85 to 90% right to be winning this.
On the bus, the first of 2 $1 Million Chase semi-finalists for trainer Rod O'Brien from Blacktown. It finished second last week behind Panama Pepper, but's had 16 goes here, yet to crack it for a win.
Yeah, and I can't imagine that will be happening tonight in an MDC semi-final.
And 8, the pink, is Zipping Maserati, now trained by Marty Hallinan. It's got a great record from box number 8, where it's had 7 starts for 4 wins. Took out the $1 Million Chase consolation earlier this year, albeit from box 1 in 29.57.
Flying Greyhound when he's on song. He's had a little freshen up for this series. He went back to the 450 at Maitland, and he's been very good, winning in 24.92, then 24.85, near track record runs. I like him drawn wide out where he can build up the revs and charge down. I can imagine I can see him coming across with She's a Pearl at that first turn.
Okay, are you with She's a Pearl?
I'm with She's a Pearl, but I couldn't take the skinny quote. My play in the race is He's on Fire just to run a place.
All right, I'm with She's a Pearl from box number 6. Can she win tonight, become the all-time greatest stakes earner, and make it through to next week's final, where she can defend a $1 Million Chase crown? We're about to find out. This is race 8, wraps up the quaddie. This is semi-final 5 of the TAB $1 Million Chase.
175. She was 160 up to 190, got back as low as 165. She's now 175 in favourite. Zipping Maserati, $2.40, $16 about He's on Fire. So they're just about ready. There's the green light. Lures on its way. Race 8, set. Racing now. She's a Pearl only out fairly. He's on Fire begin brilliantly and will lead clearly to the first turn. She's a Pearl just got into some interference, and Zipping Maserati around the outside. They're followed by Who Told Shorty. Next came Tickle Me Elsie. Well back in the field on the bus, Charlie's Misty. At the rear, My Boy Rockin'. Off the back straight, and it's He's on Fire. 6 in front of Zipping Maserati giving chase. Then She's a Pearl around the corner. It's still He's on Fire, denying them all. He's on Fire all the way. Beat Zipping Maserati and Who Told Shorty. 4th in She's a Pearl. They're followed then by On the Bus. Next came Charlie's Misty, My Boy Rockin' and Tickle Me Elsie. The time 29.73.
Alan Manwaring gets He's on Fire through to the $1 Million Chase final. And his second start here at Wentworth Park, ran second behind She's a Pearl last week. Tonight showed that blistering pace. That's 5:30 for the first split. 17.71, 29.73 overall.
They don't go any quicker, Duke. 5:30 is absolutely hiking. High speed wins you big races. Yes, he will need to find a couple of lengths in the run home, but he'll be better for 2 500-metre runs here at Wentworth Park. Prior to last Saturday night, he had been racing over the 324 metres, over the 300 metres, so he'll strip fitter for 2 runs at the 500 now, 2 runs here at Wentworth Park. If he begins like he does tonight, he's basically unleadable if you're running 5:30, Duke. Wow, this would be a big story if he was able to take it out.
He's a 20-time career winner. Now trained by Alan Manwaring at Narra Hill. Mick Cowley is trackside.
Joined by El Manwaring. Congratulations, $1 Million Chase finalist.
Absolutely. I never thought I'd be in this spot, but this is just a great opportunity. So really thankful to the owner, Tim, in South Australia. If it wasn't for him sending us this dog, we wouldn't be in this spot.
Tell us a bit of the story behind how Tim did send you the dog.
Mutual friend Kevin Manane. He trained him up in Queensland for a race, and when it come to the Richmond straight track final, he said, "You've got to send it to our great mate Alan Manwaring," and that's how we ended up with him.
Where is Alan at the moment?
He's at home, probably on the lounge with his feet up, probably the roof's probably off the house.
What's it mean for you guys? Yeah, you've been in the industry a while. What's it mean to have a 1 in 8 shot at $1 million next Saturday night?
It's just amazing. It's all hard work paid off. You know, it's 6 o'clock starts and 10 o'clock at night getting dogs out, and it's very rewarding.
Second start at Wentworth Park tonight. Did you give yourselves a realistic chance with a dog like She's a Pearl in the race?
Only because he is so good early. We were just hoping for a bit of carnage behind him. We knew he could improve, and yeah, we're just, you know, dreaming.
You got a dream for the next 8 days now, and then hopefully it comes to reality.
Absolutely. I don't think we're going to sleep for 8 nights.
Congratulations, Elle. Congratulations to Alan back home.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
5:30 that first split, as you said, Timmy. Repeat of that. Well, last week he's on fire in that first split where he led up. She's a Pearl, ran 5:38, so he's gone about a length and a quarter faster tonight. Boy, oh boy, if he runs a length and a quarter faster next week, he's going to run 5:23, 5:24. Who's to say he can't?
Look, you're spot on there, Duke, but I think he just needs to strengthen up, and I think he will at the end, having had 2 500s. He was racing over 300 metres prior to coming into this series.
Have a look at his form. Murray Bridge, 350 metres, 1905. Mount Gambier, 1681. Murray Bridge, 1681 up the straight. Mount Gambier, 1759. 1912 at Murray Bridge. It's just amazing to see what Alan Manwaring has done with this dog, because he got a 300-metre dog and he's now turned it into a semi-finalist of the $1 Million Chase over 520 metres.
And not just a finalist, Duke, a genuine chance in $1 million to the winner race with that brilliant, with his brilliant box manners and that incredible high speed. One thing is for sure, he will give his owners and trainer one hell of a ride in the first 40 or 50 metres, because in all likelihood, he'll lead the race.
We know punters love backing leaders. We know that more than 60% of greyhound races are won by greyhounds that lead at the first turn. He was a $15 shot tonight. The $1.70 favourite was She's a Pearl, the defending $1 Million Chase champ. She had box number 6. Let's take a look at her through the eyes of Sniper Cam. And look, she began okay, but then she got squashed. She got sandwiched with On the Pace on the outside of her coming across and gets dragged down there at the first turn. And look, even though she was 6 behind it, you know, there was always a sense she could run a dog like He's on Fire down, but Zipping Maserati gets up on the outside of her.
Yeah, and just put the pressure on and then chopped her over on top of her on that top turn, and she lost a bit of momentum there. On the home turn, He's on Fire was going up and down in the one spot. Zipping Maserati was coming. But even on the line, he just held him that last sort of 20, 25 metres. You could see him get very leg weary into the pen, the winner, He's on Fire. But, yeah, she began okay. And then, yeah, as you said, she just got squeezed up. She didn't lid ping like she has on many, many occasions here at Wentworth Park. And then the door basically pretty much shut here when the 5 sort of just hunted up, the 7 came across, but she still drove hard to Duke through.
You can see her, look at the determination on her, trying to get through there. And meanwhile, He's on Fire, he's 3 in front already.
Yeah, he is, and Zipping Maserati's charging down from the outside. He comes
with
across
clear
now.
Air,
yeah, and He's on Fire, interesting there. Look where he's out in the middle of the track. He's probably, so if I was the owner or trainer of He's on Fire, I would want, geez, look at She's a Pearl.
Look at Pearl get smashed.
Yeah, it didn't look anywhere near as bad on the lateral shot. He's on Fire. I think if he draws 5 out to 8 would be ideal, with just seeing that running style through the first turn where he was out in the middle of the track from the inside alley. Although if he does begin how he has been, he's running 5:30, he'll still lead.
The point is, to me, that, you know, with the greyhound that's got the pace that He's on Fire's got, they're going that far into that first turn, then all of a sudden they've got to do a left turn.
Yeah.
And that's where they start to drift, because they lose their balance in that. But again, as we said, you know, early pace and good boxes wins big races. And He's on Fire. Look, he probably won't be in the first four in betting. You know, when you look at what they've run tonight, depending obviously on what the box draw comes up, people are going to say he's going to get tired and all that. There's going to be a stalker, but you know, we've seen it before. You and I have seen so many dog races that you see a dog like him pinch a break, trouble behind, and that's all you need in a $1 million race.
Only need a little bit of jostling behind, which he had in that race tonight. Zipping Maserati, She's a Pearl, they came together, and at that point, he's off and gone. He's 8 or 9 in front down the back straight. They've got to do all the chasing to get him. And they couldn't get him tonight.
And let's just say a middle box like that probably suits a dog like him if he runs that straight line, so he's running into the turn instead of running out of the turn. All right, let's take a look at the market for race number 9. And the market here sees Zipping Kyrios, Ken, John and Minnie Finn get their third runner into the $1 million chase final. Next week, he's currently the favourite around the 235 quote. In front of Yuko Girl, the expected early leader from box 2, chasing Fernando off the red at 425. And we've got next pick in the market, Zippy Tesla, the classy Victorian, at $4.60.
Set, ready, racing, driving the rails. It's tight through the first turn.
One race, one winner, $1 million.
Witness history being made. The TAB $1 million chase, Wentworth Park, September 24. You know the score. Stay in control, gamble responsibly.
You won't find a friendlier, easier to look after dog than a Greyhound. No wonder they're so popular. Every home is a Greyhound home. Adopt today at gapnsw.com.au.
Set, ready, racing, driving the rails. It's tight through the first turn.
One race, one winner, $1 million.
Witness history being made. The TAB $1 million chase, Wentworth Park, September 24. You know the score. Stay in control, gamble responsibly.
Here's the update for race number 9, the 5th semi-final, or the 6th semi-final, I should say, of the $1 million chase. Zipping Kyrios is the favourite around the 235 quote in front of Yuko Girl. John and Minnie Finn have already qualified. Zipping Alabama running 29.42 and Gatlin, the fastest qualifier at 29.28. They came here, their best chance of winning a semi-final and going through the final was with Zipping Kyrios. Mick asked Minnie about his chances earlier tonight.
Joined by Minnie Finn, who has Zipping Kyrios, the fan favourite here in the next semi-final of the $1 million chase. Minnie, how's he been since that last win at Richmond?
Yeah, no, he's been good. We've freshened him up and brought him here and give him a box-to-box, and he went really well. And yeah, no, he's been good.
You spoke after that Richmond win. You're a little bit emotional about, retirement and all that sort of stuff. Has that been spoken about since?
Yes, it has. We're just going to see how he goes this tonight and whatever, and see how he goes from there.
It must have been good for you to see the way he did perform in that Richmond race. He dropped from the clouds.
Oh, he did. It was an enormous run to come from where he did and go out wide, because since the new track at Richmond, it's very hard to get around dogs there now, the shorter distance, and yeah, he done it.
There's a bit of speed in this race. I guess you'd like to be just behind the leaders?
I'd like to be in front, not behind the leaders tonight. Yeah, no, he needs to come out tonight and get across, and he has to be really close tonight. You can't give good dog start tonight.
Fingers crossed, good luck. Hopefully you'll have him in the final next week for a nice swan song.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Thanks, Minnie.
Thank you.
Minnie Finn there with Zipping Kyrios. They've come up with box number 8 at $2.50. Look, this race changed complexion, Timmy, this morning after the reserves were allocated their boxes. Yuko Girl will show pace from box 2, but the first reserve, Black Fox, is also lightning quick.
Absolutely. I was keen on Yuko Girl, but it was dependent on where these 2 reserves went to, and I was hoping More Weapon went into the 3, which he has. Black Fox has got a great turn of speed and has drawn in between the 2 of the 3 favoured runners in Zipping Kyrgios and Zippy Tesla. Yuko Girl, she's got no pressure on her inside or outside here. She's generally a good beginner, and she's capable of running low 540s to the first section here. If she does, she'll be punching for the lead. If she does get to the top, she can run quick overall time. She'll be awfully hard to run down.
She will. My thought pattern about tipping Zipping Kyrgios is that Black Fox is going to make the race for him. It's going to give him plenty of clear air in that run of the first turn. He still has to stay in touch with them. His win at Richmond in the regional final was good, going 29.49. It's a 13-time winner here from box 8. He's won 4 from 11. Chasing Fernando, another well-performed chaser here, a 6-time winner. It's well in the market at around that $4 quote. It ran second behind Kyrgios at Richmond.
Ultra consistent Greyhound. I am a little shocked he's so short in the market, though, but he's got a great record from an inside alley. He'll make his own luck. He's got a tremendous record here at Whitworth Park over the 520 metres, but I did think he was under the odds, particularly his current quote now, 420.
All right, number 2 is Yuko Girl. As we said, you're very keen on this greyhound to lead from the draw, and she's a Group 1 finalist here on a couple of occasions, albeit in age class company. But she's a greyhound that we know can absolutely jump and run.
Fast beginner, plenty of early speed. She finished runner-up behind French Martini at Gosford 3 runs ago in flying time, and has been really good in 2 runs since. She led, and she was run down by a strong dog here last time out. She's had a little bit of a freshen up, about, 13 days off the scene, from the racing scene, I should say. She's in astute hands. I think she's our likely leader.
War Weapon for number 10 will start from box 3 for Neville Brown, one of the roughies in the race. Likewise, Nordic Thunder, who came through the series at Dapto behind, was it Dapto? Goulburn, I should say, behind Aston Barak for Susan Sundram. It's a 30 and 17 PB here. Dana Maggie for Benny Talbot, the second of $2 million chase semi-finalists for Benny tonight. Another one of the real roughies in the race through Wagga Series again. Then we get to Zippy Tesla, who broke through for his first win here at Wentworth Park last week. He's had 7 starts now, 1 win, but last week's win was very tough.
Yeah, huge motor, and he's actually got a sense of timing about him for this series. He won in quick time at Sandown Park 2 runs ago, and then he finally broke through for his maiden victory here last Saturday night. He is ready to rumble.
Zipping Kyrgios will step from box number 80. Where's the pink rug for John and Minnie Finn, and also the owners Marty and Fiona Hallinan? They've already got Zipping Alabama through. Can they get 2 of the Zipping dogs into the final? And as we said, he won the Richmond final off box 1, running 29.49. He'd been out of the winners list, I think 4 or 5 starts prior to that win, Timmy, but again, just his class.
Oh, he attacked the line at Richmond, Duke. He had no right at all to win that Richmond final, and he stormed down the outside to get the money in the latter stages. I think you are right as far as you are. He's relying on Black Fox giving him that cart across in the early stages. If he's in striking distance of the leaders, they've got to be on their game. I'm with Yuko Girl from box 2. I think she leads, and she can run quick time bowling along in front.
Black Fox will start from box 7. Look, it's got a 5.36 PB to the first mark here. Normally lightning quick. It's run 29.89, so it's not out of contention if it jumps, runs, and there's trouble behind it. But I just thought it's going to give saloon passage to the King Kyrgios from box number 8 as he lines up in what could well be swan song in the $1 Million Chase final. Retirement is imminent for him, but is there still a big race win in King Kyrgios's armour? They're being boxed, I should say, for race number 9. This is semi-final number 6. Let's head upstairs. Here's Matt Jackson.
So they're all in, green light turned on. Race number 9, favourite Zipping Kyrgios. They're ready. They're racing, and he jumped okay, Zipping Kyrgios. Yuko Girl chasing Fernando. They were both out fast, but Zipping Kyrgios has landed 2 lengths away in third and down onto the rail. They speed away, that trio, and Zippy Tesla to fourth. Next, Nordic Thunder. They're followed by War Weapon, Black Fox, and Dana Maggie at the rear. Off the back straight, chasing Fernando. Grabbed by the King. Zipping Kyrgios pounced on the front. He sprinted away from chasing Fernando. Zipping Kyrgios roars up the straight, a big winner. Zipping Kyrgios beat chasing Fernando and Zippy Tesla. Third, fourth, maybe Yuko Girl, just from Nordic Thunder. They're followed by War Weapon, Black Fox, and Dana Maggie. The time 29:49.
The King is back. Long live the King. Zipping Kyrgios bolts in, scores by 4 lengths, 8, 1, 6 and 2. He got into third spot here at the first turn, Timmy, and again, you were sweating on him getting a clear run between Yuko Girl and chasing Fernando.
And he got it. He got it. And then he unwound. That big motor kicked in. He's back on his throne. 11:57 the run home time. 29:49 overall. Gee, the last time Minnie was interviewed here about Zipping Kyrgios, or was it Richmond? It was Richmond where she was interviewed about Zipping Kyrgios. She nearly came to tears, or might have even shed a tear or two. We could get a tear or two again tonight with Mick Cowley down there when it's time to interview. But, geez, he is...
They have a 37.5% chance of winning $1 million next week. I can't wait to hear what Minnie Finn tells Mick Cowley.
Minnie, he's special, isn't he?
He is. He's me boy. He's, there's only one of him.
It's a bit like kids. You can't have a favourite kid, or you're not supposed to, but he's your favourite, isn't he?
No, that's right. I have a favourite granddaughter, but he's just in front of her. She'll kill me.
What makes him so special?
Oh, he's just such a beautiful dog. He loves the attention. From the first day we got him, I just fell in love with him.
Next week could be the last race.
Yes, but you never know. You never know.
Leaving the door open a little bit, you said this would be a lovely swan song for him. It would be the perfect swan song. Obviously, that's not your decision. It's the Hallidans' decision, but it'd be a perfect way for a dog like him to go out.
Yeah, for sure it would be. Be a fairy tale. Let's hope he can do it.
You've now got 3 runners in the final next week. Can you believe that?
No, it's very hard to believe. You hope to get 1 in it, and to get 3, I won't sleep tonight.
You may not sleep for the next 7 or 8 nights.
Yeah, I've got to roll up tomorrow with 8 dogs, so I must get some sleep.
He's the type of dog the Dubbo race, the Country Classic. You were emotional that night. You were emotional at Richmond. Why does he make you emotional?
I don't know. We've had some really good dogs and they've earned a lot of prize money, but he's just one of them dogs. He's just so beautiful in the kennels. He's going to make a beautiful pet. Yeah, we just love him.
Is he going to be on your couch?
Yes, my couch, my bed.
Congratulations, Minnie. Well done. 3 in the final next week. Good luck at the box draw.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Minnie Finn and Mick Cowley. That was start 71 for King Kyrgios tonight. His 31st victory, his 30th start here at Wentworth Park. 14 times he has saluted. His prize money now in excess of $440,000. Let's take a look at the replay because the start was crucial. He had Black Fox on his inside who began well, stepped left, Kyrgios down the outside. Meanwhile, chasing Fernando and Yuko Girl go to that first turn, locked in battle.
They were cutting at each other down the back straight, and look at him, he's just stalking, waiting for the run to present. She shifted off Yuko Girl. He moved up, grabbed the top here, and it was game, set, and match at this point. And he really roared over the last 40 or 50 metres, 11:57, I should say, that run home time. And
again, Timmy, have a look at the boxes here because we say how crucial it is. Black Fox wearing the green and white begins, but the first thing it wants to do is run left. And look, there's a dog and a half, 2 dogs gaps there between Black Fox and Zipping Kyrgios. He's just got that beautiful run down the outside.
He's got great race sense. 1 and 2 are in front of him here at this point. So they're burning. They're going to the first turn together, and he just slides over beautifully into third position. and tagging them into the back, and then he just waits for the run. You know, he's got that race sense, and look, I'm not comparing him to this Greyhound Rapid Journey, but he's one of the Greyhound that's always stuck in my mind. He was a real race dog. He had great race sense. It didn't matter where he drew, he could get into winning positions. Zipping Curios is in that type of a mould.
Yeah,
as far
totally
as
understand. Yeah, and look, I've always said that Rapid Journey to me was the best race dog
yeah.
I've ever seen. Not the fastest, but the best race dog, just the way he handles himself. And you saw he waited down that back straight. I'll tell you the other interesting thing, courtesy of the Isolinks with the chips in the rugs, he was still in excess of 60 kilometres an hour in the home straight. Very few dogs do that. We look at those stats day in and day out, and there are only a handful of dogs over a month that will run 60 kilometres at the end of 520 metres in the last 50 or 80 metres of a race, I should say. So it's just, you know, it's amazing to think that, you know, they've got 3 runners into the final. We've had 6 semi-finals. Every one of them is trained in New South Wales. You know, we've seen recent prize money increases. We only made an announcement last week regarding 4th place prize money. We've increased the travel subsidies. We've seen prize money go from $23 or $24 million only 3.5 years ago to now be in excess of $50 million. 250 and 140 about Zipping Curios, 160 for both Chasing Fernando and Zippy Tesla. Yuko Girl finishes in 4th spot, a favourite first 4 there of $67.30. 6 down, 2 to go. However, the last 2 races, Timmy, I think you and I will both agree, they are the most open of these semi-finals. Yeah. It's quite conceivable that any one of 4 or 5 of these runners, particularly in this upcoming race, race 10, can win. This is the most open race. He's Grand, favourite off the inside, yet to win in 6 starts at Wentworth Park. Looked to have the race shot to pieces last week. And
we're going to have 2 trainers, Duke, who are going to be in the $1 million chase, $1 million chase final for the first time in their career. Just at a quick look at all of those greyhounds in those final 2 races. So that'll be a story in itself. There's no more Finns. There's no more Lagosianis. So 2 trainers are going to get a crack at $1 million that haven't had a chance in years gone by.
And as I said, He's Grand is one of the favourites there at 370 off the inside. Aston Barak, a well-qualified and, you know, a well-performed chaser here at Wentworth Park. He draws box number 8. Casual Glance for Mick and Michelle Lill from box 6 at $3.70. We'll come back and dissect race 10 on the card, the 7th $1 million chase here at Wentworth Park. But I can tell you tonight is all about Queen Minnie.
Ready, racing, driving the rails, it's tight through the first turn.
1 race, 1 winner, $1 million.
Witness history being made. The TAB $1 million chase, Wentworth Park, September 24. You know the score. Stay in control, gamble responsibly.
Anyone and everyone can own a greyhound. It's such a beautiful animal that's so well-natured. Gap New South Wales have placed dogs in all homes. Young, busy professionals, families, and really great as well for older people. They're great with kids, and you don't need a big yard.
You won't find a friendlier, easier to look after dog than a greyhound. No wonder they're so popular. Every home is a greyhound home. Adopt today at gapnsw.com.au.
Set, ready, racing, driving the rails, it's tight through the first turn.
1 race, 1 winner, $1 million.
Witness history being made. The TAB $1 million chase, Wentworth Park, September 24. You know the score. Stay in control, gamble responsibly.
Yes.
Race 10 at Wentworth Park is the 7th semi-final of the TAB $1 Million Chase. The favourite at the moment is Aston Barrack for Jason Fletcher. And Aston Barrack won his way into the semi-finals courtesy of a regional final victory at Goulburn. She's a Pearl had box number 1. Aston Barrack had box number 3. Here's how he eventuated.
Was last to go. Grouter Dazzled was a little tardy away at first to break Aston Barrack, joined by Lime Rock Park, and they share the lead early from Nordic Thunder. Out deeper on the track was Doonan there, followed by Summer Key. Father Rick going via the fence. Summer Key was checked right out of it there as they turn Aston Barrack. It's a carbon copy of last week, and he'll win the TAB $1 Million Chase regional final from Goulburn. Nordic Thunder second, and Lime Rock Park third.
And that was She's a Pearl off box number 1, missing the start. Aston Barrack off box number 3. Kel O'Rourke, I'm not sure if he survived that day at Goulburn. It reminded me of Jimmy Jakes calling that trot race at, where was it?
Globe Derby.
Globe Derby in South Australia and that. But again, Aston Barrack is, look, again, if this was a normal race here at Wentworth Park, forget that it's a $1 Million Chase semi-final. I think he's probably a little bit shorter than what he is. He's a 9-time winner at the track, Timmy.
Yeah, and he's well drawn in box number 8. I like him drawn wide out, where he can really get mobile and rush down the outer. I do agree with what you're saying. When you go through the form of each of the runners, he's certainly got better credentials than all other runners. He's grand. We can't take anything away from him. He is a Richmond Derby winner. He also won the Silver Bullet at Dapto. But Aston Barrack, he's been in and around these big races, feature races here in New South Wales for a little while now, Duke.
He sure has. As I said, a 9-time winner, 5 minors, a best of 29.60, which was back in October last year. Again, from a wide draw. From box number 8, he's won 2 of 7. From box 7, he's won 5 of 6. He's won 5 of 8 from box 6. So we know he handles the outside boxes. The problem is he going to come out running tonight? Because we haven't seen him here at Wentworth Park for a little while. His recent form has been at Temora and also at Goulburn. Fat Boy's Dream, look, hit and miss at the start. When you look at it on paper and you look at that speed map, Casual Glance is the only one that's going to show pace, along with Hold Me Up, of those dogs in the middle section. So he could end up with a run like Zipping Curios, Scott.
Yeah, he sure could, because Casual Glance high speed will be charging over, and he might just follow him over and get that beautiful run through that first turn. He's grand. You can push him up a little bit for mine. He'll be up, I think, underneath the Hold Me Ups and Casual Glances through the first turn. And he's 1 for 1 from the inside alley. He's grand.
There's Casual Glance being handled by trainer Michelle Lill. If you look at it, if you go back 12 months, he was what we called a genuine lead pinger. But his last couple of starts at Maitland, he probably hasn't come out as well as what we know that he can do.
He's run 29.78 around here, Duke, and he's won 3 out of 8, but I don't think he's really ever taken to the track. That might sound a bit of a bizarre comment, considering he's won 3 city races and run 29.78, but what he did early days and what he ran at other tracks, I don't think he's really shown that here at Wentworth Park, the ability he did have in those early days.
No, absolutely concur with that. And as I say, I always thought, look, we saw him running you know, fast times at Goulburn and Maitland and the big one-turn tracks and Grafton as well. I think he ran third behind More Sauce in a Grafton Cup 2 years back. Those big ones where he can balance up and really show his pace. I'm going to have a throw at the stumps with Hold Me Up. I just thought it was a really open affair. I think he probably flies under the radar a little bit. He's had only 3 wins here, but another 8 minors. On his night, he can come out. He's going to have to come out tonight. But as I said, that just shows you how wide open this race is. Let's go through them runner by runner. Number 1, Here's Grand. As Timmy said, a winner of the Group 2 Richmond Derby, a winner of the Silver Collar, also at Dapto. But again, his form here at Wentworth Park is concerning. 6 starts, just the 3 minors. He's only started off the red box, he won.
Yeah, he did, Duke. He was disappointing here last Saturday night. He led and he was run down by Fat Boy's Charm. He had every chance to win the race. In saying that, he did run 29.82. He didn't run 30 dead, 13-1 getting run down. He's drawn the inside, as you've just said, 1 out of 1 from the inside. He'll push forward. He's a genuine chance of leading the race. If he does, he can run that 29.8, but I think he will need to run a little bit quicker tonight to get home.
To the checks as here comes Buddy for Daniel Hoskins at Mandurin in the Central West, and here comes Buddy, qualified through the Dubbo Series, where it ran third behind Nengar Chief. It's had just the 1 start at Wentworth Park. That was 10 nights ago. It finished third behind the very hot pup in a Red Hot Frankie.
Yeah, racing very consistently, but in a weaker class than this, does need to lift.
3 the white is Showdown, the second of 2 semi-finalists for Jetta Cutler from Queensland. And Showdown finished 7th in the Townsville Cup final at its last start, Timmy.
Yeah, and he had been here 6 times a little while ago, placed just once. I couldn't have Showdown here, Jude.
What about Sombrero for Neville Brown? It finished 2nd here last week, clocking 30 and 41. Only had the 1 win in 11 starts. That was a Bulli when it ran 22.34 back in January.
Another who's been racing consistently without winning, does need to reach an all-time top level to be finishing in the money here.
Hold Me Up for Joe Comito. 29.73 winner here back in May this year. And again, as said, this Greyhound by Fernando Bale at a funky punk, an 11-time career winner. Good second last week behind Zippy Tesla. It got to the front on the top turn and Tesla was just too good. But I give it a chance from the draw if it comes out running. And look, I'm happy to take the $10 or $11, not go silly on it. But it's a Greyhound, as I said, I think it's got ability and it flies under the radar.
Yeah, in a race which is very, very open, capable of running 29.70 odd, has the pace to vie for the lead. Yeah, I can't knock you finding him at all, Duke.
Casual Glance, 28 career winner from 60 starts. As you mentioned, Timmy, it's won 3 from 8 here, but probably not its best track, and its last 2 starts have been at Maitland over the 450 metres. Behind Zippy Maserati, just didn't show that early burn that we know that Casual Glance can.
Getting up to the 520 metres though tonight, which will help him, show that, build up the revs in the early stages. If he does begin, I think he cars across and takes the lead. Whether he's got the strength in the latter stages remains to be seen. And
he's also getting on. He's 4 years of age next month, so he's been a great greyhound for the Lil family as well. 7 the black is Fat Boy's Dream, and this greyhound ran third behind She's a Pearl last week. Only beaten a length on that run, Timmy. Go back through its Gardens form, 2 400-metre wins. Here at Wenty, it's got a best of 29.93, which it ran last Saturday night.
And she ran an absolute belter. Borderline career best run, to be quite frank, Duke. She's not without a chance.
Keep saying she here. It's all these fat boys. I see fat boys and I think it's a boy, it's a dog. My apologies. Aston Baracus, we said, we've spoken about the favourite, trained by Jason Fletcher. 9 times winner here at Wenty, and that to me is a big kicker, Timmy, because it's shown its class. When you look at it, the rest of the runners here have won 7 races between them at Wentworth Park, and it's won 9.
I actually like his preparation. He hasn't been seen here at Wentworth Park since late June. I dare say that is a plan by trainer Jason Fletcher to come back in readiness for this series. He qualified through goal, but as we know, he's well drawn. He's capable of running 29.6. He's my on-top selection, Aston Barrack, from the outside alley.
Okay, runners are beside the botches. I've gone with Hold Me Up from the middle draw. He's around that $9 mark. I just thought it was a throw at the stumps in what was a really, really open race. So I'm happy to be on him at the quote for Hold Me Up from box number 5. Let's head upstairs. Here's Matt Jackson with his call of race 10.
At $8. He could lead, and $8 might be a nice price. So the odds are coming in, evens will follow. Semi-final number 7 of the Tab $1 Million Chase. 310 Aston Barrack, box 8 is the favourite here. He's grand, $3.90, 460 casual glance. Green light is turned on. Race 10, they're set to jump, ready. Racing now. He's grand, only out fairly. Hold Me Up away fast, and flying from the outside is Aston Barrack. He's looking for the lead, or he got bumped by Hold Me Up and he went straight back through the field. Hold Me Up to the back leads. From Here Comes Buddy to second. Third, Fat Boy's Dream around the outside. Fourth, He's grand. There for a casual glance, Sombrero Showdown and Aston Barrack. But it's Hold Me Up to the home turn. He cornered by 5 on Here Comes Buddy, who's trying hard. But it's Hold Me Up clear, and Hold Me Up's into the $10 million chase grand final. He beats Here Comes Buddy and Fat Boy's Dream. Fourth, He's grand. They're followed by Casual Glance, Sombrero Showdown, Aston Barrack. He was 3/4 of the way across, but he ends up last. 29.67 the time.
5, 2, 7 and 1. Hold Me Up just got underneath Aston Barrack in that run to the first turn. He got dragged down from behind the favourite, and Hold Me Up, he pinched that lead down the back straight, Timmy, and he gets in by 2 lengths, running 29.67.
And haven't you got a spring in your step? Gee, that was a terrific win. As you just said, he just drove up under the favourite Aston Barrack through that first turn. He couldn't quite get across, Aston. He was 3/4 across, but he just drove hard. He got to the top, and then he let loose down the back, didn't he, Duke? He really left them lamenting, and that's where he set up his winning lead. He got a little leg weary in the latter stages, but he was entitled to. That was a great find, Duke.
Yeah, no, as I said before the race, Timmy, I just thought he was an underrated sprinter. And in what was a really open race, look, granted, if Aston Barrack gets across and crosses, I think he wins the race, but boy, oh boy, we've had enough bad luck, let alone trying to find excuses for other things. 29.67, trained by Joe Comito, North Kellyville, one of the real heartlands of greyhound racing training here in New South Wales. Mick Cowley is trackside now. Hold Me Up is the 7th New South Wales trained runner into the final of the $1 Million Chase next week.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Joe Comito, you have a runner in the $1 Million Chase Grand Final. How's that feel?
It's unbelievable. It's a dream come true. Like, we bred this litter from the start, and yeah, it's just I can't believe it. You know what I mean? So for box 5, we weren't confident tonight. I thought we needed the inside, but he got there. You know, he got to the front, and I thought we were a chance here.
Always a chance if you lead around that first turn here, aren't you?
Oh, definitely, definitely. You know, I thought he had a big run last week. He just got beat on the line behind Tesla, Zipping Tesla. So I thought that was a big run, and so yeah, very happy, very happy.
We saw a dual $1 Million Chase winner come out and congratulate you. You two obviously mates?
Yes, yeah, definitely, definitely. So yeah, we've known each other for a while, and yeah, no, it's just very exciting, you know, so unbelievable, unbelievable. Still in shock.
Are you going to get some tips off him about how you win $1 Million Chase?
Oh, definitely. I'll take any tips I can get, for sure, for sure.
It's a real, you can tell, this really means a lot. It's a real pinch yourself moment, isn't it?
It is unbelievable. Like, a lot of great dogs have missed out tonight. You know, you watch the heats and some big runs, you know what I mean, and there's some great dogs that have missed out, you know what I mean, so to get there is unbelievable.
You're a greyhound trainer. $1 million would change anyone's life. What would it do for someone like you?
Oh, it's unbelievable. Like, you don't know where to start, you know, like, but it's not all about the money, you know, we love the dogs and that, so yeah, we're in it for that, so.
It shows you can train as well.
Well, hopefully, yeah. So we've won a few, so we're going all right.
Hey, congratulations. Good luck with the box draw to start with, then next week.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well done, Joey Comito. Hold Me Up wins semi-final number 7 of the Tab $1 Million Chase. And as I said, 7 runners through, 7 greyhounds trained here in New South Wales. Will that trend continue in race number 11? The last of the semi-finals. Don't forget, after the last race, we'll be doing the box draw. Timmy Newbold will be doing that, but he fired out of that middle draw. He's Aston Barak carving across, gets dragged down from behind, turned inside out, and hold me up, he just pinches it here.
He does, and this is where he just accelerated. He put it beyond down to this point, Duke, put up 4 or 5 down the back straight. We know he can run around the 29.8 mark, and this is where he had it won and well and truly in his keeping. Aston Barak, who, as you just said, 3/4 across, and he's back out the back. It just shows you need that little bit of luck in these big races, Duke.
You sure do. Let's take a look at the box rise here, Timmy, and you can see, hold me up, there's plenty of room for him there. He wants to carve straight across to the left. He takes out number 4, Sombrero. He takes out number 3. Here comes Buddy. Meanwhile, Aston Barak's getting pretty much clear air. Plenty of trouble there for Showdown. Those inside runners, they were squashed. Aston Barak down the outside with Fat Boy's Dream, and it's just at this point of the first turn where Aston Barak's about to come across, and then you'll see here he gets galloped on. I think it's by Fat Boy's Dream. Hold Me Up holds the fence, and Aston Barak, there's trouble there, and Hold Me Up strides through, takes the lead and takes the victory, and races his way into $1 million chase final on Saturday week for Joe Comito. As I said, trains out of Kellyville, and you know, people of my vintage, Timmy, we remember Paul Cucci's trial track out at Kellyville. Billy Fletcher's Mossville stud was out there. It was a real heartland. Of course, now it is definitely a, heavily infiltrated with residential housing is the best way to put it.
Absolutely it is.
770 and 150, bless his little soul, hold me up. 380, Here Comes Buddy. 170, Fat Boy's Dream. Here's Grand runs 4th. The trifecta pays well, $2,632. And well done to Dan Hoskins as well, who trains Here Comes Buddy from Manduran. He'll find himself in a $1 million chase consolation next week.
And didn't he run the race of his life? He was gallant in finishing second there. He was taking ground of Hold Me Up in the latter stages. So, as you just mentioned, both Joe and Daniel will be in big races here next Saturday night, and I'm sure they're one of many trainers who will have a few sleepless nights over the next week or so.
They certainly will. All right, let's take a look at the Last Chance Saloon. This is race 11 at Wentworth Park tonight. Semi-final number 8 of the TAB $1 million chase. The very last chance for a greyhound to have a shot at winning $1 million in 8 nights' time. The favourite off the inside is Melcat Big Boy for Johnny Mellon at $2.90. McInerney's been well supported for Brendan Purcell from Victoria. Coco Model looks the early leader from box 3 at $4.80. We're going to tell you more about the last of the semi-finals at Wentworth Park right after this break.
Racing, one race, one winner, $1 million.
Witness history being made. The TAB $1 million chase. You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
You won't find a friendlier, easier to look after dog than a greyhound. No wonder they're so popular. Every home is a greyhound home. Adopt today at gapnsw.com.au.
For me, animals have always been a big part of my life. For the dogs to find good families, it's something that I'm passionate about. Greyhound Adoption Days is a great way to meet your new best mate. To find out the next adoption day, go to gapnsw.com.au.
You won't find a friendlier, easier to look after dog than a greyhound. No wonder they're so popular. Every home is a greyhound home. Adopt today at gapnsw.com.au.
Our Gap Greyhounds are really good-natured. The great thing about getting your new best mate from Gap is that they've all been carefully assessed and socialised with other dogs. They're actually couch potatoes, so they're great for families and working couples and work well with pets and home environments.
Set, ready, racing, driving the rails. It's tight through the first turn.
One race, one winner, $1 million.
Witness history being made. The TAB $1 Million Chase, Wentworth Park, September 24. You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
Welcome back to Wentworth Park. We are 5 minutes and 27 seconds away from race 11 on the card here, which is the 8th and final semi-final of the TAB $1 Million Chase. The favourite off the inside is Melcat Big Boy for Johnny Mellon. It's currently around the $2.95 quote. Timmy, let's have a look at Melcat Big Boy. He came through the series at Bulli. He's also a well-performed chaser here at Wentworth Park. He's run 29.70 on a couple of occasions. This time, 25.87 is absolutely low flying, and it's one of those occasions where he jumped, got clear air and made his own life.
He's always been a very, very fast animal, Duke, and he's loved those big one-turn tracks. Early days, and he only sort of got to Wentworth Park in the latter part of his career, but in more recent times. John's taken his time with Melcat Big Boy to get to Wentworth Park. He's a big unit, hence his name. He's around 37 kilos, and he's a big, powerful bugger, and he has run 29.72. I don't know whether box one is in his favour here at Wentworth Park.
I'm with you there. Yeah, I like him off a wide box here at Wenty, where he gets that little bit of room to move. But tonight there's going to be pressure on his outside in McInerney, more particularly so with Coco Models. So, you know, he needs to come out. He needs to show that sort of pace. I'll tell you the other interesting runner here to me. It's number 6, and that's Red Reactor, trained by Dan Pell in Victoria. Dan Pell, I should say. Here he is winning at Broken Hill, and you may say, oh, Broken Hill, they can't win at Wentworth Park. I'll tell you the form line for Red Reactor. He ran third behind Gatlin in the Group 1 Vic Peters Classic here back in, what was it, July, I think it was. So don't worry about winning at Broken Hill and thinking he can't win at Wentworth Park. He's already won here at Wentworth Park. He ran 30-0 or something like that on what was a slow night. Dan's done a really good job with him. He's got plenty of ability. And look, he does want to use a little bit of the track as well, so he's not badly drawn.
Concur. I think he's nicely drawn out there in 6. I actually tipped him to win that Peter Mossman Classic here back in early July after his really impressive victory in the heat. I think he's a greyhound who will be better for a couple of runs around Wentworth Park now. He's at $11. He struck a very, very even field here with a clean getaway. He's certainly got a mix of speed and strength. If he gets a little luck in the drive around that first turner, he's a major around that first turn. He's a major player.
All right, Coco Model from box 3 we think is going to lead. A greyhound that's got, you know, very good early pace, but I want to talk about what I think is probably the greyhound that's peaking again at the right time. You've spoken about timing tonight, and that is McInerney. This greyhound ran third in the Group 1 National Sprint Final here, and then last week from an awkward draw, he was a really hard finishing second.
He was brilliant behind Good Odds Cash in the Sprint Final, and then last Saturday night, his run was absolute belter. For a greyhound who was a leader, he missed the kick, he was back in the pack, but he worked his way through and he found the line powerfully in finishing second, running 29.81. Now, if he begins cleanly, he's got the pace to lead, and on those 2 runs, now with 2 runs here at Whitworth Park, look, he is a greyhound I think is capable, Duke, of running 29.5, bowling along on the lure, and if he does that tonight, he's clearly the one to beat.
Yeah, I'm with McInerney. I'm with McInerney for plenty now, courtesy of Hold Me Up. I just thought from the draw, given his performances in Victoria, he's a 20-time career winner, Timmy, a former Tasmanian chase who went 29.6 at Launceston, which is certainly getting along, winning a best 8 there just 3 starts back. And that was the national sprint final there as well.
And Duke, he's run 29.30 at Sandown Park, 29.80 odd around the Meadows. So he can run time on any track he goes to, and he's just a high-speed dog. He's just got to contend with Coco Model in the early 40 or 50 metres.
We've got a scratching here, number 5, Not Today, Embrace, who took out the Peter Mossman Opal for Craig Chapello, his first Group 1. Again, a greyhound that can't be left out, given the fact it's run 29.68 here.
And she's not too badly drawn in the middle of the line. She does like to use a little bit of the track. If she turns up in best form, she could easily take it out.
Richest, a Group 1 winner from box number 8. She won the Group 1 Megastar from box 2 at Dapto, but she's probably the graded runner of this race as well when you look at her and McInerney.
Absolutely, she is. She's just drawn on the wrong side of the track. She's desperate for an inside alley. She has performed okay from wider draws, although she is yet to win when she's drawn boxes 7 and 8, but she has raced in elite company pretty much all of her career.
And we spoke earlier about the trial track touts, talking about French Martini. Nengar Chief reportedly trialled 29.52 here last Saturday.
Yeah, and he's only a young greyhound on the rise. He's a progressive type. In astute hands with Dennis Barnes, I thought in the early betting he was a big price, around $14 or $15 in early betting. I'm in the corner of greyhound number 4, Special Blend. I like number 4, Special Blend. He's double figures. I thought he's a chance of getting to the top here. If he does, he can run a big race. He's an honest greyhound who always probably flies under the radar, a little like Hold Me Up in the previous Duke. I thought Special Blend could run a big race, and something small on Nengar Chief at the big price as well.
Yeah, well, Nengar Chief's out around that $15, $16 mark. I'm with McInerney. Thought he was perfectly drawn. I'm just sweating on him getting that run through at the first turn. This is the last of the $1 million chase semi-finals. The last chance to race their way into the final on Saturday week, where one greyhound will earn connections $1 million. Here's Matt Jackson with his call of race 11 at Wenny.
The final chance. One step closer to greatness. Green light turned on. $3 McInerney, box 2 to bounce the favourite. They're ready. Racing, and he was away okay, McInerney, out fast, Coco Model. She'll lead to the first corner from Embrace, who's getting up the second. McInerney's punching through in the middle, and Melcat Big Boy the rail. They're followed by Special Blend, who's 5th. Next, Richest on an Nengar Chief, well back, and Red Reactor towards the end. McInerney let go mid-race, and he sprinted to the lead now and race clear from Embrace into a clear second. They're followed by Special Blend at the home corner. It's McInerney out by 3 or 4 on Embrace, and McInerney beats Embrace by 3. Third, Special Blend. 4th, Richest on her. Then Nengar Chief, Red Reactor. Well back in the field, Coco Model and Melcat Big Boy. The time 29.68.
We have one interstate raider to race for $1 million next week, with McInerney for Brendan Purcell taking out the last of the semi-finals, running 29.68. He was in a little bit of trouble early, Battler, but then he got through down that back straight and really made his own luck. Embrace runs second. For the blue, Special Blend runs third, but 29.68 the winner, and McInerney, he was strong once he found clear air.
He was, Duke. As you said, he was in a bit of all sorts of trouble in the early stages, but he got to the outside, he got into fresh air, and that big motor kicked in the big strides, and then he let go. There was a bit of jostling in front, but he went to the top, and he's put the time on the board even after that little bit of scrimmaging early, 29.68. He's going to go into the final next week. One of the big players.
Yeah, he wanted to step right out of the box, which was a little bit of surprise. I thought he'd want to get to the fence. Listen, you've got to get downstairs. I'm going to wrap up here. Stay with us, viewers, because we're going to do the box draw for the $1 Million Chase consolation and, of course, the big one, the $1 Million Chase final. Timmy's going to head downstairs, but right now, let's head trackside. Here's Mick Cowley with Brendan Purcell.
Brendan Purcell, no pressure, mate, but you're the only interstater amongst the New South Wales finalists next week.
Yeah, we'll be able to take us on.
Mate, congratulations. The last 3 runs here have been fantastic from this dog. He's worked and built on all of them. You must have been a little bit anxious when he didn't step, though.
Yeah, definitely. I was just saying there before, when I seen the back of the boxes move, I thought, oh no, here we go, he's going to miss it again. And he's just got electrifying speed, and if he can just get himself up there, he ran this first corner, even though he gets out wide, he sort of just runs 2 to their 1, you know what I mean? Yeah.
He certainly showed the power up the back as well.
Yeah, no, he's very quick, and he is getting stronger. It's just a shame he's got this pattern of wanting to get out wide. If he didn't do that, I think he'd be just a super dog, you know.
That being the case, is there a box you'd like to draw tonight?
It's all about him if he begins. Look, I prefer him out wide probably, like 8 like he was in the Nationals final. If he hits the start, then he's out of everything's way and he can whip around him, you know what I mean? And yeah, then it's up to him then.
It's a bit of a drive home for you, a bit of a drive back and forth next week. Be thinking about how you could possibly spend $1 million, perhaps?
Yeah. No, well, this has been a long sort of process. Like, we've been coming up now for 3 or 4 weeks, and yeah, one more time, that's the time we want to come up and try and win a race.
At the Nationals run here, that kind of basically said to you, hey, this dog's a really good chance in a series like this.
Yeah, no doubt. He's sort of been racing real good in Tassie, then we brought him back and he ran a couple of quick times at the Meadows, and we could see him getting stronger, and I just said to my son, because he used to train him in Tassie, I said, look, leave him here. We've got these group races, he's good enough to be in them, so we'll give him a go.
Mate, best of luck with the box draw, best of luck next week, and best of luck with the drive home.
Yep, thank you very much.
Thanks, mate.
Brendan Purcell there. Well done to you, Brendan, with McInerney, the only interstate raider that will be racing for $1 million next week. And thank you to Mick Cowley for your help. Trackside tonight, interviewing all the very, very happy connections. And Brendan Purcell, who does a lot of work with the Britons in Victoria, is a very, very good trainer in his own right. And McInerney will take his spot in the final next week. Look, wanted to crash in left, then he wanted to go right. Meanwhile, Coco Model was offsetting a pace. Melcat Big Boy getting underneath it, and there's McInerney stalking them. Embrace a length off him. Melcat Big Boy checks off the heels of Coco Model, and McInerney, that's where he gets the gap, and he swoops around the outside. Embrace follows him through into second spot up along the fence, but he had around about 2.5 lengths on the line for McInerney, who takes out the last of the $1 Million Chasers here at Wentworth Park. Embrace finishing a good second. Here's the head-on footage from box rise. You'll see McInerney from box 2, half misses it, goes to the left, then he wants to push out to the right. Checks off Coco Model's heels there, but he just finds that little gap between Coco Model and Special Blend, and that enabled him to get clear air into that first turn. He still had a little bit of traffic to negotiate with Embrace coming across, but Coco Model was leading them up, and then McInerney down the back straight gets that clear run and goes on to win. Runs 29.68. He was well supported. They bet $4.60 earlier in the week. He ended up paying $2.90 and $1.04. $3.10 for the first reserve Embrace, $4.30 for Special Blend. Ritzadonna finished in 4th spot, and the first 4 paid $864.60. We've only had 4 runnings of the $1 Million Chase, but they've been 4 historic runnings of this great event. Let's take a look back at some of the past winners.
Roll, Alpha. We're on air.
Winning. It's what racing is all about. But it's impossible to describe what a win in this race will mean to those with a runner. This is the world's richest greyhound event. This is the 2019 $1 Million Chase.
Beautiful Sydney has turned on a beautiful spring night. I'm Cameron Williams. Pleasure to be your host tonight. I've got a great panel. Please welcome to our form analysts Liz Whelan and James van der Martens. This is fantastic.
Cam, I am so excited to be here. This is the biggest night of greyhound racing in the world. I love the dogs, I love a bet, and I can't wait for the big race.
What do you think, James?
Oh, it has been fabulous to be a part of the coverage, starting here at Whitworth Park at race number 1. The crowd, the atmosphere, the noise as the greyhounds are turning for home is just extraordinary.
Ready, Charlie, roll Charlie, transition.
It is fantastic to be here on $1 Million Chase night, and that's Cheryl Murray, who had a dog race earlier, a veteran dog that really is a wonderful sight to see. Now just remember that all the money raised here tonight, all of it, is going to GAP, the Greyhounds as Pets program.
We knew we wanted a greyhound. Greyhounds as Pets up at YE had a great range of greyhounds. We reached out and organised a time to go up and meet with some greyhounds based on what we wanted in our life, and then also what dog would fit into that as well. And we went up and met a few, and it was the hardest decision, but when Maya came out, it was just love at first sight.
We're almost set up for the parade for the 2019 $1 Million Chase, and it's time for final thoughts.
Richest race in the world. Who wouldn't want to win it? You know, I do. You know, not for the money's, you know, part of it, but, you know, the prestige is worth more than all the money you can get.
All sets, ready, racing, get a gizmo, began brilliantly, good Autorada, came out running, Shiver Shine charging down the outside, good Autorada led, Shiver Shine moving up on the outside, good Autorada by 2, Shiver Shine tries hard, 2 to get a gizmo, they swing, good Autorada in the lead, Shiver Shine can't get there, good Autorada will win the $10 Million Chase over Shiver Shine, get a gizmo, then Flying Basil followed by Pindari Express, then Jimmy Casey, Kurt Lee, Black Opium at the tail, then run around 29.3. Good Autorada for Tracy and Frank Hurst.
"29 seconds of frantic speed, and someone at the end of it goes home with $1 million.
It's the richest greyhound race in the world. Someone's life will change, and for me, the best part of the night will be the face of the winners.
Now the green light switched on. Sydney Cup. Ready to jump. Racing. Here's Tears got away cleanly. Show Me Confetti showing good dash. But Here's Tears drove hard and ran to the lead. But as Here's Tears goes all the way in the Sydney Cup.
He needs that little bit early and not pressured early. And once he gets out there, well, he's hard to run down.
Ready to go for the consolation. Set and ready. Racing. Faithy Bale. 12th beginning brilliantly. Aston Zadek and Shetland. Shetland turned the leader, edging away. Shetland will win the consolation.
And to come out here and win the consolation for Sue and John, we're really wrapped for them, and more importantly, we're wrapped for the dog, because he's a real trier, and you know, he'll probably be lame again tomorrow, and that's his thing.
Now it is time for the $1 Million Chase. It's the world's richest greyhound race. It's out at Wentworth Park. Cameron Williams, good evening to you.
Good evening to you, Erin. These canine athletes are something else. And tonight, in this beautiful city of Sydney, they are racing here at Wentworth Park for $1 million.
Obviously, it's crucial to be in front the second time around. But if we look back at history, it's nearly just as important to be in front here the first time that they get to this winning post.
We are ready to go. Sets, ready. Racing, Tommy Shelby came out running, Flying Ricardo away brilliantly, Shadow Mist driving the rails, and It's tight through the first turn, and Handsome Prince has got over. He led by 2.5, Tommy Shelby, followed by Sherry, Flying Ricardo, Waging War, Warbanger, Shadow Miss, and at the tail of the field is Awesome Catch. The front runner, Handsome Prince, led by 4 to Tommy Shelby, Sherry, Handsome Prince, a boulder clear, the former Tasmanian, Handsome Prince has won the $1 million chase over Sherry and Tommy Shelby. Waging War have it home.
Handsome Prince from box 7, one race, one winner, $1 million.
He's done it 2 from 3. They said Lightning couldn't strike twice. He walked on course today and said, maybe I'm the person who can prove that it actually does.
Thank you, everybody. Tony Mestrov, Tab. You guys are wonderful, mate. Without you guys, this just wouldn't be possible. You know, Channel 9 for coming on board. All you photographers out here is more than there was 2 years ago. So that's how I know this industry's going further.
Well, Peter Lagosiani will get a chance to win his $3 million chase final on Saturday week. The all-important box draw is just moments away. Let's head into the grandstand. Here's Timmy Newbold.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. We're about to conduct the $1 million chase consolation box draw, which will be held here next Saturday night in alphabetical order. The qualifiers: Chasing Fernando, Embrace, Here Comes Buddy, Orchestrate, Panama Pepper, Plaintiff, Zara's Ivan and Zipping Maserati, Mortified first reserve, and Zippy Tesla the second reserve. So our steward Dean Deegan will give the trusty old banjo a good shake. 4 interstaters contesting the $1 million chase consolation here Saturday week. Greyhound 7, Zara's Ivan has drawn box number 4. Here Comes Buddy has drawn box number 3. The Queenslander Orchestrate for Tony Brett has drawn box number 2. Plaintiff for Jason Thompson has drawn box number 1. The Victorian has drawn the cherry. Zipping Maserati, who won the consolation in May, has drawn box 6.
2 is in the 7. Embrace 7.
Embrace for Craig Trapelo has drawn box 7, the Peter Mossman Opal winner.
5 is in 5. Panama Pepper final.
The West Aussie Panama Pepper has drawn box number 5.
And the 1 is in the 8.
Greyhound number 1 has drawn box 8. Chasing Fernando has drawn the Extreme Outside Alley. In box draw order: number 1, Plaintiff. Box 2, Orchestrate. Box number 3, Here Comes Buddy. Zara's Ivan the Victorian in box 4. Panama Pepper 5. Zipping Maserati looking for back-to-back consolations. He's drawn 6. Embrace has drawn 7. And Chasing Fernando for Craig Watts has drawn box number 8, Mortified the first reserve, and Zippy Tesla the second reserve. The $1 million chase consolation here on Saturday week. Now, as we reset the stage for the box draw for the grand final, I'll ask Mark Duclos to come up on stage along with Greyhound Racing Chief Executive Rob McCauley to have a bit of a chat.
Thank you, Timmy. Great job. There's the box draw. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging around. Rob McCauley, our new CEO of Greyhound Racing New South Wales. Been a pretty tough day for you at the the Senate inquiry this afternoon.
Well, it started out as a stressful day, Mark, and it's turned into a very joyful day, so that's good.
It's good to see you here trackside, Rob, and you can see what a race like this means to so many people. It's the 5th running that we've had coming up. She's a Pearl obviously won earlier this year. The good thing about next week is 7 New South Wales trained runners will be chasing that $1 million prize.
How good's that? And we get to see if Minnie gets her first one or Peter gets his 3rd one. It's all sorts of fun.
Hey, Rob, just touching on prize money, as we know, it's the richest greyhound race in the world. It is the richest free entry race in the world. It's a race that it's only had a short history, but it's very steeped in it. We talk about prize money. Only last week we made the announcement, the fourth place prize money, $100 at City and Tab tracks, $75 at our country tab tracks, $50 at the non-tabbers, travel subsidies up to $60. We're continuing that ascendancy with our prize money back to the participants.
We are, and it's really fun to do and fantastic to give such significant returns back, and I can promise there's more to come.
Okay, you must be looking forward to your first $1 Million Chase final next week.
Oh, very much so.
Well done, Rob. Thanks very much for being here.
Thanks, Mark.
Rob McCauley, our CEO of Greyhound Racing New South Wales. That concludes... Oh, no, it doesn't. Oh, we've got something else to do. Battler, I know there's so many people out here waiting because this could be a life-changing moment for them.
Absolutely, Mark. So the order, we have the runners in qualify or alphabetical order. Anglin Luai, French Martini, Gatlin, he's on fire, Hold Me Up, McInerney, Zipping Alabama, Zipping Kyrios, Panama Pepper, the first reserve, Chasing Fernando, the second reserve. So we will draw a card. So we've got 1 to 8, and Rob McCauley is about to draw the first card. Now it is number 5, which is Hold Me Up for Joe Comito. Now Joe will now, or a representative of the kennel, will now come up and select one of these medallions here, and inside the box is a number, and that is the box which the Greyhound will start from next Saturday night in the $1 Million Chase Grand Final. Joe's coming up, 1 to 8. And you can keep the box and the medallion as a souvenir. Joe, open her up. Box number 6. Now, Joe, just show it to the camera there. Hold Me Up has drawn box number 6 in the $1 Million Chase Grand Final. Now, Joe, if you go over and just pick a card from Dean, and that will tell us who is coming up next. He's on fire. Is it L. Manwaring here for He's on Fire? L, anyone? A representative from the kennel? Jeff Collison, I believe, is about to stride up here. He's on Fire, qualifying, went straight to the top and ran his rivals into the ground. He was gallant when he finished in the money here. First up, he'll be third up at the 500 metres here at Whitworth Park next Saturday night. Jeff, He's on Fire, has drawn box number 2. He's on Fire has drawn box number 2. Now, Jeff, if you can select a card, that will determine who will come up next. Anglin Luai. Anglin Luai. Here comes Joe. Won't this be one heck of a story? 19 years of age. Well done, Jay. About to reveal which box. He has drawn box number 4. Jay, if you just want to show the camera, he has drawn box number 4. Anglin Luai, who was a brilliant winner tonight in 29.98. The next runner, French Martini, trained by Peter Lagogiani, and the Brant team coming up. Proud Novocastrian Adam, good to see. His young fella coming up to select the box. French Martini, 29.62 winner tonight. She won the ladies' bracelet here. French Martini has drawn box 7. The box which Peter Lagogiani has won his $2 million chases. Well done, guys. French Martini. We'll start from box 7. The next one to come up, McInerney for Brendan Purcell. Hasn't he really taken to Wentworth Park? His run in the national sprint was a beauty. Tremendous here last Saturday night, and he ran 29.68 tonight. He's Brendan in attendance. Doesn't appear to be at the moment. Mark Duclos, McInerney. You got plenty out of it tonight. No, well, I think he mentioned he'd like a wide draw mark. McInerney has drawn box number 1. Brendan was hoping for a wide draw and you've served up box 1.
Not with He's on Fire underneath.
He is drawn to get a nice run. With He's on Fire drawn, he's immediate outside. So, what have we got? 3 to go. Zipping Alabama. John and Minnie Finn, 3 runners. Yeah. You've been set the job, Trish. Zipping Alabama has drawn box number 8. Zipping Alabama has drawn box 8. Now the final 2 runners for John and Min. Gatlin and Zipping Kyrios, the king. Now which one will it be? Zipping Kyrios. Zipping Kyrios, King Kyrios. Will it be his swan song here next Saturday night? Time will tell. Zipping Kyrios has drawn box number 3. Box number 3, Zipping Kyrios. There's one left, and it's Gatlin. 29-28. Astonishing run tonight. There's only one box left. If it isn't 5, we're in all sorts of trouble. It is box number 5 for Gatlin. So in box order for the $1 Million Chase Grand Final, McInerney in box 1, He's on Fire 2, Zipping Kyrios, the king in 3, Anglin Luai 4, Gatlin 5, Hold Me Up 6, French Martini has drawn 7, and Zipping Alabama has drawn box number 8. Panama Pepper, the first reserve, chasing Fernando, the second reserve. That is the $1 Million Chase Tab Grand Final here next Saturday night. And Mark, an interesting box draw. Peter Lagosiani has drawn box 7. Can he make it? 3 $1 Million Chases with French Martini.
Well, Timmy, you'd think Zipping Alabama's probably not going to worry it in the first 2 strides. Hold Me Up, Gatlin, both got early pace. Anglin Luai can step. Kyrios, he's the king. The inside draws there, He's on Fire. McInerney draws really well in one, I think, even though Brendan might have wanted an outside draw, but French Martini's also well positioned out there. But who could stop Queen Minnie at the moment?
One thing that really sort of points out to me, Zipping Kyrios, he's drawn the 3. He's got 2 pacey runners in 1 and 2 drawn underneath him who do want to get wide at the first turn. If they begin, they're charging early. The king might be just over on the rails, stalking like he did through the first turn into the back tonight.
We do know that a racetrack can produce a fairy tale. We've got a couple here. We've got Pete Lagosiani wanting to, looking to make it $3 Million Chase Finals, all from box number 7. Is it the swan song for King Kyrios? Is it the fairy tale for someone like J.R. Patea, 19 years of age to win the richest greyhound race in the world? No matter which way you look at it, it's going to be a fantastic night. Can't wait to get back here on Saturday week. It's a night full of feature races, Timmy.
Sure is, Duke. We're all excited about being here next Saturday night. You're our host. I'll let you wrap it up for the night.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone, for being here. As I said, we look forward to having your company on Saturday week. It is the biggest and the richest greyhound race in the world. Don't forget, tomorrow night we've got 6 heats of the Young Star Classic. The final for that race will also be staged on $1 Million Chase Night. Thank you to our team at Gravity. Thank you to my co-host, Timmy Newbold. We'll see you next week for $1 Million Chase Final, second running in 2022.